us live. This is another episode of the Group Chat Podcast. I'm joined, as always, my brother standing in the building at 5'2", 137 pounds.
Shit.
How we
Okay.
feeling today?
Why not? Five
Hey,
two.
that's probably
Shit.
like a
5'2",
heavyweight in in another
130.
country.
In another country, sure. 130 pounds. I don't remember the last time I was 130 pounds. Probably third grade, maybe. When the boy
Yeah,
got when the boy got chunky, that was around fourth grade. So I probably was like 130 around like third grade or so.
see, I got super spared because what about this? Am I calling another window? Oh, there we go. I got super spared because when I was younger and I still have, it's fucked up because I got one like picture book or like a pictures from like a birthday, and it's like the one birthday I'm legitimately like I was trending towards being a fat kid. Like you could see that shit, and it was no control. I loved everything. Like if it was like a desire a kid could have, like nigga donuts, I was there. Pizza,
It
I
was
was
going.
there. Yeah, and this one, you could see that shit. The only saving grace is like it was right before my growth spurt. I want to
Ah,
say I was
balance is out.
because yeah, because I was 11, 11 or 12, and I want to say it's 12. I gotta find the book again. But then when I was 13, because and Matt will always deny this. Matt and I were like pretty much the same height. I was maybe an inch or two taller than him. Matt is now 5'10". I went from 5'6" to 6'7" in about 6 7 months. Like my shit was pretty much instant, and so, but that
How does
helped.
one
Like it,
operate? How
um,
does
if see, this is why tough. That's how you operate. When niggas like, oh, you got two left feet. Like, yeah, nigga, I just got these 2 feet. Like, what the fuck you mean? I got
like
some
how do
left
I? I
feet.
don't even know how to use these things yet.
That's what I'm saying. And so it's like, I get it. Like, I was not obviously the most athletic person in the world, but I'm like, shit, that was a struggle. That's why I'm really impressed when it's one thing if you kind of like your body naturally, like you just get like you just start off like tall kid, like Shaq for example, right? He's the easiest one. Like he was big as fuck his whole life, right? And that nigga was
Right.
like 6'9" at like 10, 11 years old, like it was crazy. That makes sense to me. It's what made it, which is why I was so in awe when Anthony Davis was at Kentucky, and they was like, yeah, this nigga was like a point guard at his high school like 2 years ago. They was like, they didn't even
Yeah.
know if he was gonna make varsity. And
Yeah.
then he was 6'11", and I'm like, I don't know how he did that. I have no fucking clue. That's why his offensive game wasn't there yet at Kentucky. The nigga he had his own new feet, and he was learning how to maneuver that shit. And so I give mad props to the niggas that are like the when you have those huge growth spurts. I can't connect with them. I'm like, nigga, I was goofy looking. It was all bad. But we here now. We learned to develop. Nigga went up like fucking 7 shoe sizes in less than 6 months. My
Yeah.
grandma was really
Nah.
mad.
I'd
She was
imagine so. I'd be pissed.
I'm
I would
saying,
be.
yo,
I would be very upset.
like, and I never had like a crazy amount of clothes. I've obviously never been like the fashion person, but man, all that shit had to go. Like, the nigga went from fucking, I don't even know what the fuck size I was wearing then. Like, either medium or large to it's
So I
all
said, imagine like
all
you went from
XL.
like a medium to like a 2XL, which is insane. Which is insane.
And then you gotta learn like 2XL tees and shit like that. And it's like, all right, guys, I just want to buy my fucking shirt at Target. And niggas can't get the right shit at Target. So here we are.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Will is gonna be joining us here in a few minutes. He's taking care of some shit. Um, I do want to start before we get to the wrap of the week. I like the Ravens owner way more. He is currently my favorite owner in professional football, and might be my favorite owner in professional sports at the moment. That was I. Far be it from me to hype up a white man in this climate, but that was a fire ass like, hey, let me tell y'all who the fuck pays the bills and runs shit around here. There's like Eric DeCosta was sitting right next to him, and he was like, Eric knows when he fucks up. Like Eric's really well aware of like that he's got some mistakes, and that's why we had to kick our good friend out the building. I was like, damn.
Hey, hey, man.
Yeah, it's them fucking
Steve
margins.
isn't a man of many words, but when he talks, you listen.
He made him count because you never
For
seen him.
sure. For sure.
Like, and I don't. The only thing of like the sports like that I don't follow is like I don't really give a fuck about like any of the owner meeting shit because to me that's just a bunch of billionaires sitting in a room deciding what to do with everybody's life, and I'm like that's not interesting.
Hmm.
So I probably haven't heard him talk. Harbaugh's been there for 18 years. It would have had to have been legitimately since high school. Like I might have like even heard him say some shit. Um, no, he made it count. Like he's like, "Oh, Lamar got a choice in the next head coach." He's like, "No, I have the choice. Everybody else got opinions." He's like, "I'll
Which
listen
is,
to opinions."
hey, which is more than fair.
Yeah,
Because it's one of those things where it's like, hey, number one, the most important thing he said was that if Lamar wants to be involved in this, he has to be here. So it cannot be bitching and moaning about something that you didn't put the time in to be a part of. Like if you prefer a coach or if you prefer a guy that you want to be, calling these plays or leading this team, you gotta be there. Like Lamar famously does is he's not here in the off season, which a lot of guys are not here. But for the quarterback to not be here, like that doesn't matter. So like he's not around town in the off season. Like he's in Florida doing his thing and traveling and stuff like that. So it's like at this pivotal moment for the for the franchise, that's another thing that when the Ravens do eventually get to the Super Bowl and he is the quarterback, his associate, you know how like stories come out during like that flat week as people like with where there's no football and people are like building to the game. I am ready for like the Lamar Kodak Black like piece to come out when like people kind of like dig into his friendships and shit like that. But anyway, he has to be involved in this process, but he has to want to be involved in this process and like actively try to be because who this next head coach is going to be, it falls on Eric's hands, it falls on Ozzy's hands, falls on Sashi Brown, and it falls on Lamar. Like this will be a partnership and a collaboration between all these people, and their thoughts and opinions will be given to Steve for him to make the final decision. But if they can unanimously come to an agreement of who they prefer, or at least like a top three of who they really like, then that goes a long way with Steve Bisciotti. So, like he said, man, Lamar's got to get up here for these meetings, and these are all day meetings. That's happening. Like this isn't just some shit you come in and you go. Like no, we are in this, and like that's what I like to hear from the motherfucker that cuts the checks is like, hey, this guy is going to be our quarterback. We are going to pay him a lot of money to be our quarterback, and we don't plan on him not being our quarterback. But we also want him to be more than that. We want him to be a partner in all of this. And that's what Lamar, talk about guaranteed contracts and all that type of stuff. Like if you want these things and your players earned it for sure. But like it's a lot of other shit that goes into this. Like so for the Ravens, looking for their first new head coach since 2008, like this is a big time. It's a big moment.
yeah. And I think it's dope too because like you could tell like everybody's got different manager styles and different ways to lead, and it's it, it is truly a skill to be like this is the part that I'm good at, which is I can set a tone, I can set expectations, and then once it's in place, he's already proven he can step back and let the football people be football people because he's
Hmm.
not super intrusive with what's Ozzy's role now? Because Ozzy's not the GM. What's Ozzy's actual role with the team?
He's like what is Oz? It's essentially like an executive role where he's not making like the draft picks and he's not making the final decisions, but like his word still is very heavy throughout the organization.
Okay. Yeah, like Steve being able to say like, look, Ozzy, I trust you. Obviously, when he was the GM, then now an executive, able to trust Eric, able to trust Harbaugh. Like that is a skill. It's the one thing. Talk about somebody I don't want to give credit to. It's the one thing that like the Waltons I'm kind of happy with is that Rob is actually so stupidly rich, and because it's fucking Walmart, he shows up for game day because they're required to for so many of them. He pays people. He makes sure the stadium looks nice, and then he bounces and let football people do football people shit. Because the nigga runs Walmart. Like he's like, I don't know how to fuck to run a football team. I cut a check. I bought these motherfuckers for a stupid amount of money. I paid a
Like
good
I
amount of
I
money to
pay
do
you to do this shit. Yeah, for sure.
absolutely. Like I because I couldn't imagine as much shit as they get. Like, I kind of feel for Cowboys fans of like, yeah, I'd be upset too if my owner was in there trying to be like, bro, you had two good drafts. We all watched the doc. Like, you had two good drafts. You had to be terrible to get these guys, and nobody foresaw like that version of Emmett Smith. So it's like, look, man, you don't got it no more. Your fastball left you in '98, man. Like, you and Randy Johnson lost that shit at the same time. Um,
I'm not one to defend Jerry Jones, so I'm not even going to like argue. I disagree with it, but I'm not going to argue with it though.
it's he's yeah, I ain't gonna defend Jerry Jones either. Um, oh man, who we been listening to this with? Who without today's news? Because my iTunes may have shifted the last couple of hours because of today's news. Is your rapper of the week for this week?
My rapper of the week this week is Larry June. Um, Larry, one of my favorite rappers of all time. Um, a very heavy week over the last week. If you watch the news, you see social media, like a lot going on. So getting listening to Larry, man, kind of just, kind of ease you out and put you in a good positive energy that was definitely needed. So yeah, Larry June is my rapper of the week.
Um, the so, and it goes with our story. But I was listening before last night, but last night also helped. Um, I'd put all of 116, but I don't think anybody knows 116. And so I'm gonna just use Lecrae for my rap of the week. The
Okay. Okay.
quintessential face of Christian rap. Um,
Is he?
I mean, how many people can name? How many Christian rap? How many Christian based rap? Like, if your music is based in it, can you put? Because like X is the highest. If you go on like just people that are putting out that message, but X did it in a way that
Come on,
was
DMX.
different. Yes, nigga was praying after songs. Like like DMX literally
DMX,
had like
the
prayer
known, well
circles.
known Christian rapper Earl Simmons is very fun.
I I look, he was doing prayers. Hove went on he went on the shop and Hove said, man, what was I supposed to do? This nigga went and played hits. He had people hyped. And then he ended a prayer and everybody was crying. And they said, hey, now you go follow that up. And he was like, what the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, you know that's
I was
funny.
like,
Your point is understood. Your point is understood.
oh, she got the text. Um, what you call it? And so, but again, DMX is again obviously the full content. So like, I don't know who else would be the face, quote unquote, of Christian rap. It's kind of like there's a bunch of people who make Christian music, but it's like you watch any award show, they just hand that shit to Kirk Franklin every year. And not that Kirk hasn't had a great career and hasn't deserved all of his accolades and awards, but like it's Kirk Franklin and like four people you never heard of, and they like, and this year, oh my gosh, she wins again, and it's like, wow, who would have seen that coming?
It's very true.
So I don't know how many people. Like again, I could say like Trip Lee, Andy Mineo, and I'm just gonna get to names, and people are just gonna be like, who the
You
fuck is
said
talking about
so
this?
many names just now.
It's like,
Said a lot of words.
yeah, it's like niggas ain't gonna know. Um, but yeah, no. Shout out to Lecrae. He's got it supposed to have an album dropping this year, but he's also got a podcast he's working on. He's doing a bunch of other stuff, and he's trying to be a good person. Um, him and ironically, I think he's a part of
Wait, is
Alex
it?
Reese.
S- I'm trying to bring this all together to make sure. Lecrae and Sir are brothers, right? Or is
Uh,
Sir a brother of another nigga?
let me see. I know. So my uh, what a wild Google question. Does Lecrae have a family?
Brother's never home. He's not home enough. He's not home. He's not home nearly as much.
uh, yeah, it looks like so. Yeah, because his first video is, and I'm just reading this word for word. Lecrae having a gay brother. Um, doesn't condemn or look down on him. Yeah.
Shout out to Lecrae for that.
Not he's very big because him and Chris Broussard do this where it's very big on like not just the
The
saying you
the
Christian.
sports guy, Chris Broussard.
Yeah, because he's got a King's movement, and so it's basically talking about like why white people stole Jesus, and
Say
Lecrae's
that
very big
again.
on this. Lecrae's very big on this too, where it's like it is the principles and fundamentals of what it's actually supposed to be versus what it looks like in the 21st century a lot of times. And so at the end, and if you believe the word, is like one of the first things is fundamentally like you're not supposed to judge. So even if there is something that you don't agree with or you don't like or it's supposed to be like, God literally said, I will judge. Like, leave that to me. The rest of y'all can't do it right, so just leave it to me. And it's like, okay, bet. I can do that. I ain't smart enough to judge everybody anyway. So I'm gonna leave it up to him. I
That's
don't gotta
right.
like everything, but it's not my job to sit there and be like, oh, this wrong, this is wrong. Except what I am gonna condemn, which is mega churches. But that I will condemn the high hell. The let's see, is he what the hell? She said, see, that's wild. 30-second story, and then I'll get on to shaming mega churches. So the text we were talking about earlier, my wife just sent me a screenshot of what you sent her, and she was like, she's like, what is this? I'm like, oh, it's just for the pod. It's a joke. And she's like, oh, I just want to make sure you weren't trying to like sneak out anything. And I'm like, this nigga lives in Baltimore and one lives in Chicago. How far do you think? How far do you think I'm
Sneak
getting
out
out
is
in like
very
a
funny.
couple hours? Like, you think
The
I'm just gonna
warden
catch a
strikes
flight?
again. The warden strikes again. She strikes again. Sneak out is crazy. You're a grown man. You're a grown
Bro,
man.
I got I got two friends who legitimately like one lives 2 minutes away. They both probably live within 2 minutes, depending on how fast you want to drive. I'm like that fine, like that I could totally see. It's like, hey, I'm going over there. Don't say anything. Y'all literally live in different states, and it's
Live
not like
across the
close
country.
states. Yeah, I'm like, what? Oh my god, bro. Like, anyway, on that note, I was gonna see if I can wait for Will to get in here before I started shaming people, but um, no, because I started shaming because I saw a tweet. And most of the time when I get annoyed of a tweet that I see, I just normally let it go. Because the reality is it's like certain people that just think a certain way, like that shit's never gonna change. But then I saw one that was the wildest shit, one of the more wild tweets I've ever seen, and it felt like it was almost from a real person, which you never know anymore on that app. But basically he was talking about he was in an interracial marriage and how from a godly standpoint that it was tougher, but they would figure out how to make it work. And I just I just lost my mind. Are there cultural differences when you date someone outside of your race? 1,000%. That's legitimate. I've said the story before. The first time I met my wife's family, and there was about 40 of them. I had thoughts in the back of my mind where I'm like, I don't know how this could go. So I'm gonna be on my best behavior, and I'm gonna make. I'm aware. I'm not gonna judge nobody, but I will. I'm aware. I will be secure in it. But the idea and what pissed me off about the tweet is because he goes on this whole rant about like all these different things and how God would look at this certain way. And I'm like, if you were using God to justify like you having some sick obsession or you just flat in this person's case just flat out being racist, like you tweeted it a few weeks ago, whereas or maybe it's maybe a little older now, like y'all just think God like racism, and it's you
They really
like
do.
it's
They really do.
I'm like, this can't be like I grew up going to church and my uncle's a pastor. I'm like, and I just never heard it's like the political shit. I never once heard in the I'm 31, I've probably actively gone to church, let's say 22 of those years. I have never heard like be kind to your neighbor, pray at night, oh don't forget vote red. Like I just never heard that. Like I've read the Bible, I have been to multiple like I've never heard it. And so I'm like, where do y'all get off? I know why they do it because it's a large community, and if you can sway somebody and then you go this way, it's like I get. I don't want to say political. I get like for controlling people, I understand why they do it. As wrong as it is, but it's just like it just drives me insane. Where I'm like, these two things do not correlate. Like,
They shouldn't.
dude,
But
like
the reality is they have since way before we were even like thought of.
no, I
For
get it.
generations, they've coexisted in a way that it never should have been. And when you go back to obviously we don't even got to talk about like the obvious of like enslaved individuals and things like that. We can go back to the 60s of Jim Crow and shit like that. Whereas all of these ideas is that Christianity is a white construct. Like it is something that is made for white people exclusively. So when you have black people and they are Christians and they practice Christianity that's why you have the cultural differences. So where we are now, like politically, and Christianity is being abused in a way that it was abused 40, 50, 60 years ago. It's being used in that way now. It's but it's beyond anything people could have thought, though, because
No, a
now it's a
thousand
it's a
percent.
billion-dollar industry when it was a when
That's
it was a control thing and a way of simply trying to be um a more powerful race. That was one thing, but you still have that, and now you also have is big business, and that's just not a white thing, it's a black thing too. So now it's just out of control.
yeah. And Drewski's pissed off a bunch of people because Drewski put out
It's very funny.
skit. The skit's fucking hilarious,
It's very funny.
and it's like with the mega churches and the pastors. And there's one thing of like, because I do want to separate this, because I know there's people that do give with with good heart and good intent, and that it sucks that you unfortunately get included in this mess. Churches now, and I'm pretty sure it's all religions, but I know for a fact like Christian churches, because of the way the U.S. was formed, most of them, like, they get funded by the state you live in. Like, people pay taxes help pay and like supplement these churches. And I'm aware, like, churches, like any building, that, shit can break, stuff can happen. It's like, okay, repair, do that, blah blah. But like, a church is literally designed to be basic. Like, all the extra shit and getting like, yeah, does this sound beautiful? Like, oh, you got 100,000 people in this, or however many people you can fit in Joel Osteen's church. Yeah,
Hundred
cool.
thousand people in the church sounds nuts.
It does. But it's like, even if your intent was like the purest, it was like, oh yeah, we just want to get all these people under one roof. Like, I went to a rally night last night, which is literally designed to like for younger people, because it's not straightforward just sermon. There's music in there, there's activities in there. It's helped to engage people of a younger audience. And that one, I even kind of like, I feel a little uncomfortable because it's not my normal church that I go to, and I'm just sitting here like, there's a lot of other fucking people. There's a lot of, I do just kind of look around. And I'm just like, I got some really nice walls, and you got the nice
It's
glass,
a
and
lot
I'm like,
happening.
wow, this is, yeah, and that shit makes me uncomfortable. And so, but one of the things they do, it's called the Rock Church. They got 5 locations in the U.S., and they're just now they have a 6th location opening up in Hawaii. And last night, one of the youth pastors was going to spearhead Hawaii, so he's going to become one of the main pastors going to Hawaii. So congrats to him. He's committed himself to that. And one of the things I do like though at the very end, they're like, look, we don't even want money. We just want your time. If you can help, like do these activities or lead this, and I'm like, dope. That's what you actually supposed to do. This shit of like, and I know we're in the 21st century, but like, if any church I see with like a QR code and says you'll send your money here, I feel uncomfortable. Am I aware some of that is just 2026 and it's like they don't want to hand around the basket?
Yeah.
Sure, a little bit, but like, nigga, don't throw a QR code up on the screen and tell me, yo, to donate, and then try to like guilt trip me and be like, and God said anyone who can, like, no, like, don't do this, don't do this to me. I just, and I'm biased because my uncle, our church was never more than like 40, 50 people, and one of the churches we were going to last year, it was literally like, I actually kind of liked it. It was a new church I had gone to, and
Mhm.
it was a bunch of reform niggas. It was niggas who had teardrops on their face. The pastor, I'll never forget, because shout out to him. I'm not trying to say nothing negative, but it was funny in my mind, and so I'll repent on Sunday. But he looked at us and he was like, he pointed. Apparently it was his mom. This is like my first or second time going. His mom was sitting in the front row and was like, "This woman watched me almost throw my life away. I was doing crack. I was in prison." I'm like, I don't think you need to, and I don't think your mom wants that out there for everybody to know. He's like, but thanks to her and God, I've walked my life back. And I'm like, that's awesome. Glad you found your way back.
Shout
This
out
was
to you.
like, shout out to you. I don't think your mom wanted to be a part of this. And she kind of even sitting there like, kind of like she wants to duck her head, but she can't because he's sitting there and he's energized and like, and there's a bunch of people who are like, I end up talking to them like there was like former drug addicts, people who had gambling addictions, all these different issues are all in there. And I'm like, this is a wonderful place. I should probably stick to like 30, 40 young niggas because some of y'all are a little scary looking. I just, I profiled. We got a new person I think moving in. There was a U-Haul truck, and I definitely profiled because this nigga had like 7 face tattoos, and I saw through the U-Haul truck, and I'm just like, I don't. I'm an introvert, and this kind of why I just don't trust niggas outside. And you got that many face tattoos, I can't trust you.
You
I
married
just
to a
can't trust you.
Mexican.
I know, but nobody. It's like you got too many face tattoos. You got a cousin who got too many face tattoos, and that nigga don't show up to like that many family gatherings. And I'm kind of,
Shout out, shout out to him.
shout out to him. I see now I say his name, but since you won't say, he's got to stay.
Can't say his name.
I
Can't say
can't.
his
I
name.
can't. Hey man.
He know you. He don't know me.
Oh shit. And Will has joined us. Will, how we feeling? How we doing today? You been to the mega church lately?
You muted, big dog.
Oh, you muted.
No, I'm working on a business plan, man. We gotta get investors for this mega joint.
Well,
Investors for the church is just so it's just
it's so nasty. It's so nasty.
a
Like
slush
it's
fund.
just
What y'all think? What y'all think tides is?
we just talking about that. I just said don't throw no fucking QR code up on the fucking screen in the middle of the church talking about like, hey yo, we need that.
We might
Like
start.
y'all need
Cash
this.
app.
We might start a half hour GoFundMe. We'll see.
Not for no fucking mega church.
It's for
Hey, they can pay
it's
us. Hey, y'all pay us. We gonna show up on time. I'll
it's
just be
for
real. Y'all,
for the youth them,
Yeah.
no,
For the trouble.
it's always for the youth.
for the little duns.
But yeah, no.
Oh shit.
Shout out to the mega churches. Heart. I know Justin said he got the half hour holy water coming soon, so I know.
I find holy water. It's
I
just
know
it's just uh
he got
it's
that
just
coming
shipping out cheap tequila.
in.
Hey, no, I always when they do like the communion and it's like the grape juice. I'm like, there's been a couple times, and I've been to a handful of different churches. Every now and again, I do feel like, oh, like this shit is spiked. Like this ain't just grape juice. Like this shit got a little kick to it.
Nothing crazy. Keep y'all
That's because that
contact.
shit expired.
It could be. Like
They buying in bulk in last years. That same bottle be going around here. So make sure for
hey
Sam's Club.
yo, they said this the blood of Christ, really from 1999. Like, all right, guys, we gotta.
It's not expired. It's aged. Come on
Pre
now.
millennium. Pre millennium.
Oh shit.
That's from like
Um.
BC.
Oh man. Uh. Oh, who you been listening to, Will, this week? Who you
Uh,
got as your rap? Who you got as your rap of the week before we move on?
Let me see. I do not be remembering. Um,
Nah, I just got to check my iPhone too sometimes. And I've been listening to a bunch of like my
oh shit.
they made the most listened to last year shit, and so I've had a bunch of that, which doesn't help for like trying to establish listening to new niggas, but a lot of Kendrick and a lot of clips from last year. I will say that much.
Who was y'all? While I pull mine up, who did y'all have as y'all rappers of the week?
I picked Larry June and Tony picked Lecrae. He was been big on the Christian rap this week.
No, it sound like y'all swapped.
Nah,
Imagine.
after last week, and I was like, hey yo, I need some new artists, and so we gave each other some new artists. I
Man.
like Larry. I just don't listen. I don't listen to because I always get that with like to me, Larry June feels like the same style as like Dom Kennedy, and I wasn't a big Dom Kennedy person, and so which is probably the least it's not the least California thing, but it's one of the least
It's
California
up
things
there.
to do.
It's for sure up there.
Niggas love Dom Kennedy out here, and I'm just
It
like
is up there.
My rapper of the week, I say. Even though I won't say I've been listening to him, all week, but I know for sure when I was in the gym this morning, I was listening to a couple of his songs. I was listening to Millie's.
Okay.
Shout out to
The white
Millie's.
dude.
Yeah, yeah. I think a couple of his songs popped on my shuffle or whatever.
I used
But
to I used to always see him at the Celtics games with mad bust down chains on. It's like, who is this guy?
when I had my I had my little shuffle on this morning when I was in the gym. So I think a couple of his songs came on. I know he got something with Albie Al, who I think was my rapper of the week last week.
Yep.
A couple of songs he had with Kiss popped up. So I mean, like he dope though. Like I think when he first was kind of buzzing, I know I listened to a couple of. I ain't never listened to any of his projects, but I think I didn't seen anything that's been making his way through social media. So I think he dope. I'll go with
That sucks
Millie's.
because Will don't really fuck with white rappers at all.
We don't fuck with white
Like,
people at all. So
like Eminem,
shout
Yellow
out to
Wolf.
Millie.
That's not true.
You don't listen
maybe,
to Eminem or Yellow Wolf?
maybe that was me. That was my fault. I was projecting.
Um,
Oh,
I don't listen to Eminem or Yellow Wolf, especially not Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf got a verse on One Train that's decent.
Yellow. They was trying. They was when the whole because I remember used to always be in like the background of whatever Slaughterhouse was doing, and I'm just like, bro, you're not supposed to be here. Like one of these things is not like the other. Like
They be able to rap. They
Yellow
be rapping
Yellow
words
Wolf
and shit.
is just serious more white trash riffraff.
Serious, delirious, mysterious. He one of them.
it just Yellow is all. How far of a drop off is that from like the greatest? Like M's the greatest white rapper ever. Like how
How
far
many
of a
Yellow
drop
Wolf
off?
albums you listen to, Justin?
None. I said this nigga showed because he got. I'm pretty sure he's on. Don't quote me, but I feel like he's on the Slaughterhouse album, and I'm pretty sure I skipped that song because of him. Like it's either on the album or the mixtape, and I just because I remember that, and then there was like the cipher they did, and he was in the back there, and I'm just like I have no interest. Like how big is the
That
gap between M and then like whoever's the second greatest white rapper ever?
the second greatest white rapper ever is Paul Wall. So from that, are we counting Drake or we not counting Drake?
Not counting Drake, and
Okay,
I'm not
If we
counting.
count Drake, then we gotta count Cole.
gotta count J Cole.
Let's see. Are we?
Because I don't know J Cole pops.
We only doing full blooded Caucasians.
Yeah, but I'm also.
Because
Are we
I
counting
don't know.
Beastie
Like
Boys?
I don't know. Like I said, we know Drake pops. Drake pops is a nigga. We don't know Cole pops.
We don't know Cole pops.
Cole don't know Cole pops right either. I don't think. Shout out to Cole.
And M is just proudly admitted just white trash through and through. So M is just full blooded Caucasian.
Eminem disrespecting his mama on fucking in music.
Nah, they made up. Well, he said he doesn't hate her as much anymore, and that he apologized for making a song about wanting to stab her violently in the forest. So you know.
Oh, Kim or his mom? Because his mom passed. They
Well, he
did make up
apologized.
before she passed, but
I was gonna say, yeah, this is. I'm going back to uh, Marshall Mathers LP2. So it's back to like 2013, 2014. Might be 2015. I forget when he
that
actually came out.
was no, that was 2013. I want to say
2013.
it feels
That
like
might be
2013.
evil. That album I liked in real time, and then Tony ruined it for me because he told me a couple years ago, like, go back and listen to it. I promise you, it's not that good. And I
It's
went back
not
and
that
listened to
good.
it, and he was
It
right.
wasn't that
And
good,
I was
no.
like, but he still had momentum. Like Bad Meets Evil. Oh, we gotta guess. Bad Meets Evil is like M's last really good project. Like him and Royce, that's still fun project, still really cool.
I
But
agree.
that's like the last of like just even good Eminem.
I
What's
agree.
up? We got the co-host. We got number 4. Oh, see, he asked for something. We'll muted him. He asked for. Will don't want to reveal his net worth. His son probably asked for something crazy too. He probably is like, yo, I want like 3 5 guy combos.
He just in here looking around because they don't get to come in.
Like, I
You
want
locked up.
Bro. This nigga really got kids.
like grown kid. Like it's not just like baby.
Mind you, he tall as shit.
remember he was remember he was working at McDonald's having his way.
That's
Having my way is crazy.
Hey man, look, they was. You really should go back to McDonald's and tell them they owe you back pay. They pay
he
20 an
he
hour now.
he gonna get us out the hood.
I'll find your sister.
Make sure he don't be doing his class projects talking about he want to be King Von when he grow up.
Jesus, that's
He would never.
see that's wild. With like the parents,
Oh yeah, it's the
like
other side of the table. I forgot. They going up, not down.
yeah, them niggas ain't like. I think in this party like it was a 2-year-old. I think there was like, oh, mom threw like 2-year-old King Von theme party, and it was like, bro, he been gone long. Like, what you mean he wanted a King Von theme party? Like these 10 under kids, like they want Spider Man, they want Superman, they want like the DC and Marvel shit. Like, stop forcing like your favorite rapper on them. That sounded nuts. But it's insane how the fuck some parents be moving around.
The kids love King Von. They love Young Boys. Very very crazy. I too wanted to be 50 Cent though. So who am I to tell them don't aspire for big things?
No, I have my cousin. I was talking to my, oh, I think we were on Facebook. My cousin, when he was younger, I swear he used to want to be 50 Cent. He had like all the G Unit shit. I remember he got bit by a dog and he was walking around like he got shot.
He got shot 9 times. He got bit 9 times.
He got, he
when
got, he got, he got bit in the leg. He was walking around like he got shot in the leg. What?
What Murder say? He lied about getting shot in the head is a better story. It's a better story.
I got see, I can't say that because it's gonna sound like child abuse. Um,
Don't say it. Don't say it if that's going to be the outcome.
um, transition from rap of the week to a legend, a favorite rapper here of the podcast, favorite rapper from all of us. J. Cole announced the fall off is going to be dropping February 6th.
Hell yeah.
So, which of course means I got a text message saying, "Why is Cole trying to steal my birthday?" And in that, I had to reply and say, "I love you, but he don't know you." So like, and I just be real. Like the rest of the world is gonna be focused on that. Like we
I
go
just
through
look.
something like that's
I looked at my calendar like 2 days ago because my homie birthday is I think the day before hers. So I was like, it's very crazy.
that they tried their best to steal like Black History Month from me because Matt's born the day before, she's born on the 6th, and then my other close friend he's born 2 days afterwards, and then they want to try Valentine's and all this shit, and I'm like, y'all just can't steal like half the month from me. Like I understand I might be 50%, but y'all can't steal like 50% of my 50%. Like that's fucked up. Like that's fucked up. Um,
You can, at least, you can at least represent for 30 days.
they don't
Or
even give us 30 days.
28
Them
How
niggas
many
only
days
give
in February?
28.
28 days?
28
Is it
days.
is it 29
Or
this
is it a,
year?
I was gonna say it might be a leap year, so it might be 29. They might have snuck that one in.
No, it's 28.
It's
It's 28
28.
this year. All right.
It's 28.
Um, but yeah, J. Cole announced the fall off and put out a record. What is it? It's track 2. What's it called? I had to have the name here. Give me a second.
What is it? This 2 track 2 or something like that?
Yeah, that's literally what his title at least.
Yeah. Also, Michael Irvin releasing the White House is fucking nuts, but different story
Shout
for
out
a
to
different day.
shout out to Mike Irv, man. Shout out to 88.
Uh,
Shout out to
and,
88.
so Cole put out initial thoughts from the record, the album announcement. I love the intro video that he put out to it, where he was just talking about like, niggas always just want to talk about like and focus on the negative, like, oh, dude fell off, but why not ever like talk about how few people ever get to this spot, somebody making their dream become reality. It's people don't want to focus on that. People only want to look at the negativity part of it and the end of it and saying, oh, this dude fell off, he's not who he was anymore. uh, what are our initial thoughts?
So I haven't even had a chance to listen to it. I had a crazy day at work, so I hadn't listened to it yet. I did see it, but I haven't heard it yet.
Nigga went back
Shit,
in time.
man. I was fucking with it. Like, I think that he got a point to prove on his album. Number one, he absolutely has a point to prove. His 2024 was shit. It just was. He stayed quiet 2025, and you know, cook this up. So I'm excited to see what it sounds like. Like I don't want to say he got stale, but I think kind of going back to just isolation mode and locking in with what he want to do as an artist and shit like that. Like I think we're going to get like a fresh J Cole, like a re-energized and reinvigorated Cole, and shit. This might be the last one. So like I'm
Yeah.
I think he put his all into this. So like yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this sound like.
I'm in the same boat as far as I'm always gonna be excited when Cole drops. Um, and the record was dope. It's obviously a concept record. Him just kind of like replaying his life, but going backwards. Uh, let's ask the question that I think it's bullshit, but it will at least entertain it. Are there things that are off limit for J. Cole on this album? Meaning everybody's been talking about he's not allowed to sit there and be because and Cole on albums doesn't even talk like crazy spicy. Like the spicy Cole comes from the features, where he basically gets on the record and says, "Y'all can't fuck with me. I can fuck up anyone's shit." Is that off limits to J. Cole after everything that's inspired, everything that's happened the last year and a half? Like, is he not allowed to talk super spicy?
I mean, to some, he wasn't allowed to talk that way before. So I mean, shit ain't changed really. But I think he can. Like I said, man. Initially, I was for sure on the same boat as everybody. Like, hey, you can't step away from this. Like, go at Kendrick and you know what I mean. Like don't duck the smoke. But like, rather he knew or didn't know. It got very hateful and very nasty very fast. So I cannot blame him for being like I don't really want anything to do with what the fuck they got going on because between pedophile allegations and domestic abuse and a
It was a rough rap.
whole bunch of other silly shit that went on, like it went too far. So I ain't gonna say it went too far, but it went too far for him to be involved. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but like Cole can say what he want to say. People gonna take it how they take it. Like he always been a polarizing guy. Like Cole ain't never really been a, oh yeah, J. Cole's cool. Like he not my favorite, but he's cool. It's always been like, no, J. Cole is that guy, or like J. Cole is fucking boring and whack. So that's just, I don't think that changed over the last 2 years almost.
Yeah. Uh, and Will, really quick before you go, the one thing that I think is crazy is like again, Cole talks spicier on features, and when he talks like on his own, even before that shit went down, like he gave mad props to those two. Like there is multiple times Cole referencing of like I kind of know my spot, and he was totally cool with it. He was like Kendrick and Drake, like them niggas are superstars to me, like his own words, and he was totally cool with that because Kendrick also doesn't necessarily want to be like a quote unquote superstar, but he does slightly more superstar
Shit.
shit. This last year's a little different, but pre 2025, Kendrick was like he was far like both of them were far more reserved than Drake. Drake really was like in the limelight. He wanted to be like rap superstar, and so I think Cole's always been cool with the fact of like, hey, y'all got me third to these niggas. That's fine. I got me third. I'm still nicer than everybody else. So, congrats. Y'all found two niggas better than me. So we got more guests. We got the whole house full. Whole house full. Uh,
All type of shit.
is Cole off limits to say is to talk his shit? Will I know you
No,
was on the
I
whole
think he
this
could.
little
I
beef
think
don't
he could
change
say what he
nothing.
want to say. I think. I mean, I think I got it like initially with the beef and everything, but it was always in reference to out rapping people. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't ever like he didn't. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think he could talk that talk though, because it was always about rapping with him. What boy?
Do we and this always comes with it too because again Cole has been polarizing is like I think the opinion even of J. Cole if you ask people how great is J. Cole or how good is J. Cole post For Your Eyes Only is a drastically different answer obviously when you get how good or great is J. Cole after Forest Hills Drive. Does this album in your mind good or bad have a chance to really change his legacy or is he pretty much set in where he's going to be?
We in such a weird era with shit like that, where it's like I would like to say yes, but then you don't really know. Like it took Push and Malice like damn near 20 years to even get back into this space and for people to really recognize that. Now you do have like the minority that's like, well, that's the hardcore Drake people that will never fuck with anything Push does, or just the contrarians that want to be like, it's not that great. But I don't know if it changes his legacy. Like it's tough. I don't think any of their legacies can really be changed in a crazy way just based off an album. Like
No.
Drake's legacy, I feel like has changed over the last 2 years as well as Kendrick's, but that's not because of an album. It's been because of the whole situation within itself, which
Yeah.
spanned an amount of time to kind of change narratives on both of them. But for Cole, like I don't think his legacy changes, but it will kind of remind if this is a great album, yeah. But if this is a great album, um, then it reminds people of how dope he is.
Mm. I was about to rejoin us here. Um, I guess to where I think the two places he can change is I think Cole is really close to being a top 10 rapper, and it's tough when you go like top 10 all time because there's really like 15 to 20 guys I think you can make an argument because we've discussed top five, and for the most part our top fives are the same, but 6 through 10 there is a lot of fluidity.
Hmm.
Um, and so I guess I'd ask this: can Cole or let me get to Will really quick. Will, do you think this album could, good or bad, could change Cole's legacy? This, and assuming this is what he has kind of phrased it as his last album. Now, do rappers ever retire? No. Thank you for the Black Album. But niggas don't ever really retire. Would this album change Cole's legacy, good or bad, in your opinion, or could it?
Mm, I mean, I don't think so. I think it would have to be horrible to like change his legacy. I mean, I think for I guess a lot of people it may leave a bad taste in their mouth, kind of coming off of the whole Kendrick situation and all of that stuff. But I mean, if it's good and he just stays consistent as far as dropping good, because are we just saying good? Or are we saying like great? Or are we just saying good?
Either or. Like, if he drops let's say he drops a classic project. Like, could a classic project as his farewell album, like, could that drastically change his legacy in your opinion? Or if he
I
drops
mean, I
something
guess
like if he
depending on where
drops
you
a
already have him ranked as far as legacy goes.
okay,
Like
could
I think
that
so. I think for people like us who may have him ranked pretty highly already, I don't know if it would change anything for me specifically, just because I got him ranked pretty high, and I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but I feel like I have J Cole ranked pretty high, so it's one
not
of
say
those things where I don't know if like I would have to be maybe mind blown for him to move up further. Uh,
mm-hmm.
but I think another good album. I don't know if that changes a whole lot.
Could, to the legacy point, um in both comparison with, obviously those three are going to be compared forever. Um, could Cole change his ranking amongst where the big three are ranked, and could Cole potentially crack a top 10 rappers list ever if he drops a classic project?
I mean, shit, I already got him top 10.
That's what I
But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I have a top 10 already, and I think when you talk about the big three, as far as him,
Are
Kendrick
all three
Cole
of
and
them in your
Drake.
top 10?
Hmm?
they were. They were. Um,
Okay.
but oh my bad. Well, you can go ahead and finish. You can go ahead,
No,
bro.
what did you say, Tony? I mean not Tony, but Justin. What did you ask?
I, I'm curious, I guess, with 10, and again, we don't got to go 1 through 10 necessarily in order. I'm just wondering, like, are we doing, like, because we do this all the time with sports, is we putting like 15 niggas in the top 10, which I think where Cole gets a little funny for me is like I think he is. If you just asked me to Cole top 10, I probably have had him number 10 at multiple different points. But I'm
Yeah, like
also
like when
being
I say
honest,
when I
had
say
like
he
15
top
niggas there.
yeah, so for me, I guess when I say he top 10, that means he could be maybe top. I mean, I think for sure I got Cole higher than like top 15 though. But I mean, I think when I say he for sure top 10, he could be six, he could be 11. Like I mean, like it's kind of one of the it really would depend on the day too. But I think he in that conversation for sure.
Do you have
And
Kendrick in your
I
top
mean,
10, Will?
he could be higher than that. He could be top. For me, he could be top five. It would just take me to really sit and think about it. But I
See, that's what
think
I'm curious because Will got Wale in his top 10. I know he does. All right.
I don't know if I got Wale in my top 10. Uh, I mean,
And I
like if
love
I'm
Wale.
just
I'm not
saying
even trying to
top
say it to
10.
be disrespectful.
No, I'm saying like if we talking just top 10 artists, like I don't know. I mean, I got Wale high as like one of my favorite artists, but like
Mhm.
I don't know. But I guess back to the J Cole thing, like I think he top 10, and I think where this album could move him for you is based on where you have him ranked already. So I mean, if you somebody that just think he ass or he boring, like Tony was saying, is like it ain't gonna change. You ain't gonna listen to it.
Nah, it's true. And that's wild, but I know there is like people. And again, For Your Eyes Only is like the album that unfortunately gets just a really bad rap. Is like I think that's where a lot of people made the decision on like, all right, Cole. Like they literally do think like Cole is ass because of that album. Like that album put such a weird.
There's people that think Cole is ass because he dropped Wet Dreams.
That's a fact.
That's
That's a
crazy.
fact.
That's
That's a
crazy.
fact.
Cause see, that's got to be trolling. I don't believe like a nigga could hear
I
Wet
don't
Dreams
think
and be
that's
like,
true.
yo,
I
this
mean,
shit
like,
hard.
cause even
That's not
like
trolling.
in hindsight, like
I
he rapping about
So,
like
some people just
y'all
think
niggas
that's
that think that
corny.
are
Like
words I
some
can't
people
say on a
just think that's a
microphone.
corny song. And
yeah, like
I'm not here to be like they're wrong or they right, but like some people just feel that way.
yeah, I think it was
I'm here
cool,
to say
but I also
they
can
wrong.
understand niggas saying like, oh, I don't want to hear a nigga rapping about his childhood crush or whatever, or like whatever the fuck you talking about. Like,
Losing his virginity.
yeah, like I don't like.
Like if Drake did
No,
that, we'd be like that shit wet. That's just a fact. So I ain't
that's
going.
no.
Now, granted, some niggas can get off certain shit that other niggas can't. Like Two Chains could say stuff
1000%.
everybody can't say, as I've
Thousand
said for
percent.
They
years.
go the same. They go the same. Like it's like Drake could get away with shit that most niggas can't get away with. It's like I mean, it just go like that sometimes.
But to that, like it's Cole's just not for everybody, and like not even on like a on like the meme way of like, oh, you just got to think a certain way to like J Cole. It's just like no, like some of Cole shit just not for everybody.
But niggas like, and that's been a thing with Cole from the beginning though. Like niggas was like, ain't nobody trying to hear these college raps. And
No, that's true.
I think like even for me, like I respect it. Like I can't argue with it. Oh no, this shit. Like if that ain't the content you're trying to listen to, I get it. Like because it's a lot of niggas y'all probably listen to, and I'm like, I'm not like Logic got a lot of fans. I'm not listening to that shit.
That's crazy. No, I do remember it was
Yellow Wolf got a lot of fans.
no, it
I'm not
don't.
listening to that bullshit.
Do Yellow Wolf got
Nah,
more monthly listens than Gutter Gutter?
Eminem paying for streams if that's the case.
Yellow Wolf,
I don't believe Eminem paying for
Yellow Wolf
streams.
definitely got more
Is
monthly
Yellow
listeners.
Wolf still on Shady Aftermath? I mean, well,
I
Shady
have no
Records, right?
idea.
Ain't nobody on
I have
Shady
no
Aftermath
idea.
but Eminem and Bizarre.
I
Shout out to Biz.
ain't no fucking way, dog. Ain't no fucking way. Eminem is paying for. I'm
I
gonna
can't
say
hear you,
that
Justin. You low as shit.
Eminem is paying niggas. He is paying bots. He is everything they accuse Drake and catching up. Em is doing it on steroids. Y'all need to go public service announcement. Go find Marshall Mathers wherever the fuck he live and like sue this nigga into existence. Yellow Wolf has 2.7 million monthly listeners.
White people love Yellow Wolf.
I haven't heard. I'm around white people. I haven't heard a nigga named say anything about Yellow Wolf
You're
since
not around those white people though.
my
They
white
didn't
people
say
are
they was
fucking
all in
maroon
San Diego,
five white
Justin.
people. Like I got the maroon fives and the fucking them niggas was
You ain't got the Yellow Wolf.
I don't. And I just you know I don't want to be around the Yellow Wolf white people. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want to be
But
around
yeah,
them.
like but I think
That's
and
crazy. Gotta
I
get
can't
this shit.
remember if you were about to ask too, like I guess if it was anything to kind of change his ranking. I guess out of the big three, I don't know if that was a question you were kind of getting to
Like
if
where
it
do
was
y'all got
anything
it?
he could do to kind of. Hmm.
Like where do y'all got Cole in the big three? Just amongst themselves.
I mean, like him and Drake tied for two. It's like I can't really be like, oh yeah, he's three or he's two. It's because it's like if one is just that much ahead, it don't really matter who's behind.
No, it's valid. The I would probably go right now. I would go Kendrick Cole Drake. but that's also probably that's probably just more of a personal ranking. It'd be tough if you say like if you're doing like either accolades or career achievements. Drake is really hard to fuck with because Drake just has such a extensive amount of songs niggas have fucked with over the last 10 years, and neither Cole or Kendrick put out the same volume as him, so it's
Hmm.
tough in that regard. Um, but like if you go like best album, Views versus Forest Hills Drive, I would probably lead Forest Hills Drive, but that's definitely a fight. Um, and like worst album, like if you had to put like what's like the detractor, what's Drake's worst album for not counting mixtapes?
You saying worst album out of all of them?
Yeah, and not the joint projects. I'm not counting the shit with 21 or the shit with Party. Like just solo albums.
That's funny because like that didn't cross my mind.
They shouldn't, but I'm putting out technicalities there for people listening.
But
Like I'm
I
not
mean,
counting.
Drake got the worst album. It's just a matter of which album is it.
Which album would you say?
I'm not saying Take Care. I'm not saying nothing with the same.
What's that shit? For the dogs, all the dogs, whatever that
All
shit
the
was
dogs.
called. Yeah,
That's the shit
that.
with him in 21 though. See,
No, it's
I wouldn't
not.
count that.
It's
Yeah,
not
it
the
is.
shit with him in
Herb
21.
Boss is him in 21.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! What the fuck is wrong with
You see how much huff he got? You see
I
how
don't even
much
know.
huff
I
he
don't even
got?
know if I listen to. I don't even know if I listen to For All the Dogs.
You see how much huff he got?
I don't know. I don't even know if I listen to For All the Dogs for
The
sure.
one thing about that album is I remember is that first person shooter was fire. I'm like, okay, he can still throw 90. He ain't got 100, but he still got 90.
Yeah, I'm
And
about to see
then
what's on there
then I
because
was like, he wasted a Chief Keef feature on that shit, and I'm like, that could have been like a phenomenal record, like Drake and Chief Keef. Like that's something we wanted since like 2012. But like he wasted that feature, so I'm like, yeah, nah, this shit trash.
I have no idea. I would have just dead ass not thought that
Y'all
was on
probably
there.
don't even remember this. For All the Dogs was so trash, he had to drop like a second version, a deluxe essentially, with like 6 rap songs. Because people was like, what the fuck is this?
he did. I mean, it had some, like you said. I guess it had some shit on there where you like, oh, he could still. Yeah, like I
Cause
mean,
didn't this?
he got some
Does
shit
the
on there because
deluxe
I'm
have
looking at it
that
now.
The
the time
deluxe
record where
got
he got his son?
no, that's see,
And
that's on the standard. Which, like I said, he still can throw 90,
that's why
but
I'm like,
he
I don't
can't get
remember.
that bitch up to 101.
I remember. I don't remember all these songs, but I remember some of them. And I'm like the ones that I remember. I'm like, oh no, these was heat. The rest of them, I don't remember them at all. Though.
I remember the video. I remember the video was looking wild. First person shooter was fire. I remember. Uh,
Rich Baby Daddy was dope. Uh,
oh, Rich Baby
I like.
Daddy's on here. I might be looking at the wrong track list. Hold up.
What are you looking at?
I just googled For All the Dogs and pulled up 16 songs. I got
Okay.
Virginia Beach, Amen. Like, let me see if this one got a different list. Hold up. Yeah, I would have dead at like, no, you're right. This is some huff because like I'm looking at it like overall like, and I'm like, yeah, this is not a, this is a, this ain't it, man.
This nigga got a Yeet feature on this album, man.
Him and Bad Bunny. Now the see, this is wild because the one, what's that shit called? It's Bad Bunny and him. That was heat. But I
This
think
album
Bad Bunny
got
and him shit was
23
heat.
songs. Man.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay. So this is some huff. This is absolute. Okay.
I
So
will
this is
say
the
though.
worst album
I
between
will
the two of them.
say, and I don't think it has as much ass as For All the Dogs, but Born Center has some shit on there that was not fire.
That would
Born Center
probably be
got
the
some fat.
competition.
Born
Yeah,
Center got
but
some
like,
fat.
and I think and then he dropped the deluxe. So I think the standard of Born Center is like 16, and I think it ended up with like 20 or something like that after the 20 or 22. But it definitely got some fat on there. It got some, Born Center got some. I think Born Center I always say like had he trimmed the fat, this probably could be one of his best albums for sure.
My woman got her earphones on, so she can't hear me say that because she'll jump on me. Like you can't tell her nothing bad about Born Center.
It got some heat on it. You trim the fat, Born Center is heat. It's like you know.
Born Center
As
got
with
like under
most
50, doesn't it?
on the deluxe, it does. Yeah, New
It
York
got one.
Times.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. I was like, this was a. It was cool in my head when I just read like J. Cole featuring 50 Cent, and then I heard it, and I was like, all right,
In
well, this is
2014.
Yeah,
nigga.
this
I
is
was
what-
again 50 to me is somebody who like when he did like his shit on Pop Smoke's album. Like 50 is just nigga to me like a verse or two a year. Like yeah, I'd still listen.
No Pop
Like
Smoke album that Pop Smoke wasn't alive to make is good.
no, that's what I'm saying. It's on the first shit. It's the him, Roddy, and Pop Smoke.
Yes, Pop Smoke was
Was
passed by that point.
I know, but they probably made that record together. I'm gonna hope that they made the record together, man. Look, it's
No, that record is dope. That record is dope. The Woo is dope. I'm saying like
yeah.
those projects are not good though.
Oh yeah, no, that's valid. And they was putting that was a wild time
That's
because
it.
it was
50
him.
Cent
and
got
it
on the
was,
record with fucking Takashi and Casanova and cleared himself of all RICO charges.
all the posthumous Pop Smoke shit was like
He
the old
started his
YouTube
verse off saying,
songs.
what he said, I am not gang bang. Or he said, I'm not gang gang and
I'm not gang gang.
Right away. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do a song with you niggas, but let me get myself, let me make this clear off the gate.
Oh shit. Oh, to the top top 10 universally loved shit. Do you gotta be universally loved to be in the top 10? Like, is there a nigga in the top 10 who's like a general top 10 person who's not like universally loved?
You saying
Or I
like,
guess
do you
would
gotta
be
be
the highest?
universally? You saying universally loved to be in your top 10 or like to be in who's top 10?
And
Like in general.
yeah, like the general like Redman, I feel like is high on a lot of lists. I don't know if he's
I was
top
gonna
10
say
list,
like
but he's high on a lot of lists. But I don't think like Redman is for everybody. In fact, I'd say confidently Redman is definitely not for everybody. M's not for everybody. And until he fucked it up, M was in top 10 convos. M was in top 5 convos at one point. So it's like the highest you gotta be.
He be
I guess.
impressed over there.
I am being pressed over there.
Yeah,
Who's
all
doing
I heard,
this?
all I heard was Born Sinner. I heard Born Sinner in the whip.
Who's doing this?
I'm just saying, hey, look, man, I got my hands here. Only one nigga we can't see his hands if he texting people. I'm just, I'm alleviating myself of any crimes.
Well, he said
Anyway.
he had headphones on. He didn't know she was watching.
Anyway,
For the
Twitter,
warning.
Instagram, whatever. We live all over the place.
I put to that universally loved, like Scarface is in my top 10, and I think Scarface is universally loved by like rappers and fans.
I would agree Scarface is.
Well, that, I guess universally loved by who? I guess when you say Justin, you saying by like the public, or you saying by their peers?
Of public, because I think peers, like that's one of my issues, like with the late stages of Nas is like rappers will sit there and tell you all day like, oh, Nas is my favorite rapper, Nas is my favorite rapper, but I don't think Nas is as loved as he is. I don't think he's as loved by the fans as he is by his peers. Like I think there's a discrepancy there. And again, that's not to say that he's not loved. Obviously, like at his peak, he was. But yeah, like who's the guy? Like I also don't think Nas was ever loved universally like DMX was. And I have Nas over DMX, but I'm not gonna say like their popularity. DMX was more popular, objectively.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I guess that's my thing with Cole is like how loved is Cole universally, where like we could respect putting him in the top 10, even though there is people who are gonna say like, oh, Wet Dreams is ass, or like I don't want to hear college rap shit like that.
Cole not universally loved though.
But I was gonna say like, what's the bar on like universally loved? Like who are the 10 rappers that are the most universally loved?
The universally loved rappers don't be in like a lot of people's top 10, because niggas that make the top 10 like are very divisive rappers generally.
I think Pac's universally loved.
Yeah. Like I would say Pac is universally loved too, but also, yeah, like Pac is probably the one big superstar artist that's universally loved. Like generally, you won't hear like bad things said about Pac. Outside of that, like
But I think that come with like being in the game long enough to see him like
that as well.
like
Like Pac and Big is kind of like tough to say because they weren't there long. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying, but I just don't think it's enough guys like when we talking top 10. Now, if we talking just general rappers, I think it's a lot of rappers that are like universally loved, like Common, fucking
Snoop.
Black Thought, Snoop. Like it's a lot of
Black
guys
Thought
that's like
universally loved like
But I think
amongst peers or like
But
fans.
I think even those rappers though, when you talk about them being universally loved, I think some of them aren't big enough to where like the hate is gonna outshine the love though. And not not saying not trying to discredit what they do as far as rapping, but I think they don't have they don't have that same limelight to get like the same negativity that somebody like a Cole or a Drake would.
I think the love that's true, but I do think the love can only really hold so much weight if you're a actual fan of like hip hop and rap. Like if you only listen to like Drake's hits, or if you only listen to like the hits of an artist, I don't think the love really even matters that much because you're not really in it like that. So I think the love for the hate to count and the love to count, I think you got to be in it. Like there's rappers I don't fuck with at all, but it's like there's rappers I really love. So I think that kind of like you know what I mean. Like it won't really matter if you like oh yeah I know that song they played on the radio 20 fucking times every day. Like
Yeah,
it's
but even
some
those ain't the people that's probably online like giving the love.
no for sure, but it's like think about it. It's a nigga that died. And when he died, the biggest rapper in the world was fucking Chingy. Like,
I was just about to
like
say that Pac is universally loved, which I don't think anyone disagree with, but just but I think I found our snitch. Um
I knew it because I looked over and I was like that. The name is too long to be anything but I digress. Shout out to the
um
warden.
it is
She sent that
kind
text
of on the
message
same
too.
trend because these are just some of the questions I feel like for Cole as a career, and we love Cole. So I think again, I'm trying to ask these questions more so from like the common person's perspective because all three of us love Cole, and all three of us got Cole really high. Is Cole a superstar, like a rap superstar?
Yeah, he's a rap superstar.
Is he a
There's
musical
still levels
superstar?
to it.
Is he a musical superstar? Probably not. Now, granted, I don't. I think that's a choice thing because I don't think it'd be hard for J. Cole to be like a musical superstar. He could have easily done the pop feature or the girl band feature that would have been whatever. That's a choice thing. That's not something that he can't do. I don't think he's ever like desired to do that.
No, I think I agree with you on that. Does Cole even have like a does Cole have like a big time pop feature? I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Uh,
Um,
we like the party remix, but like everyone hates his version. So it's like that
that's
don't
because
really.
shout out to another nigga who was trending this week. The We Like to Party. Cole has a fire verse on that.
It
The
is. It's very
problem is
nice.
We like to party is
I like it better. I will say it before you even get to what you're going to say.
they
I
let that they
prefer
let I that's and that's valid. I don't even think you're wrong. But there's just some verses like if a nigga who only pops out one every 3 years and he does that, it's like, yeah. Yeah, like I was
That'll
Fat
happen.
Joe says it when we taking over. Where like Fat Joe was like, here at everybody's verse, and he was like, I got them niggas. And then Khaled invited him over, and he was like, that Wayne was recording in real time. Fat Joe walked out the studio, mess.
Craig saying that was crazy because it's like even take Wayne off, you still don't got these niggas, bro. Take
But I
Wayne
respect the
off.
confidence.
But
No,
Like
for
even
sure,
with the
for
rapping though,
remix,
sure.
when you rapping, you don't feel like you feel like the shit that you said, like you feel like ain't nobody said no shit harder than what the fuck I just said.
absolutely. And you should, even if you lie, like Ti is the best at that. Ti will lie his ass off and say, I killed all these niggas, and it's like, it was great. I love Ti. You ain't got all these niggas on the songs. You think you got them? But like to like walk away from a session and just be like, oh, this nigga blacked me out. Like, hold up a second, I can't even. And like that was hilarious. And that's how. And again, I to
It's
prefer it.
three
I'm
niggas.
I'm
It's
with you.
three niggas that was if they was on the posse cut during a certain era, you did not get them. And
Yeah.
that was Wayne, that was Kanye, and that was Ross. If those three was on the posse cut record during that era of music, you ain't get that record. I'm sorry. You ain't get that record. Nicki too, to be fair, to be very fair. Nicki too.
I People shouldn't like her as much anymore. The, never mind, because
I couldn't have known 15 years.
she's
Nobody
still
could have
killing it.
known 16 years ago she'd be doing what she's doing now. So I'm not
This
thinking
is
about
true.
now and then. I'm not
But
thinking about now for then.
it made people revisit that verse, and it was like, did she kill them niggas? And I'm like,
She got them niggas. She got them niggas.
Hope's verse
She
on that
got
is
them
so weird
niggas.
because it's like he starts off just like naming a bunch of creatures, and I'm like, we could have done something different here. Like he was just naming shit like out of a horror book, and he was like, ooh, goblins,
I mean, but I
and I'm
think
like,
that was kind of like on par for like the song, considering it was called Monster
I,
shit. Like, but
I get
you
it, but
know,
like, in Kanye's verse, I like Kanye's verse the best, but for just I just it's again, I was a big time Kanye fan, and I talk about a nigga who might be like the most universally loved at one given point. Like it's kind of tough to out for where he was. Like Ye was really fucking high on that list. Um, do we think this is going to be back to just the album? Is this going to be just a introspective walk off, like whatever? And Cole's always been he's been introspective, but he has also kept privacy. Like Cole had kids and got married and didn't tell niggas, which totally normal. And for the people on the internet think they're entitled to know that shit about somebody, y'all are fucking weird. Do we think though this is going to be, if this is really his farewell, like this is the most introspective Cole we're gonna get? Like we gonna get adult him? Like I think he's told us a lot about kid him, um, but do we think we're gonna get actual like introspective adult Cole?
You wanna go, Will?
mm,
And as a
I feel.
side
I mean,
note, do you think he
I
says
feel like
anything
we give.
about
I feel like we get a lot of that though. Like, I don't know if we don't get it. I don't know if I'm expecting more than what he's given.
niggas on the clock 24/7?
Boss man.
Uh,
But I I would like to say yes, but let's say this is his last album for whatever reason, or just his last album for a very long time. Then I I don't think he gives us like a intro, like a deeper J. Cole or more introspective J. Cole. I think he has a point to prove, like rapping wise. I really think he has a point to prove, like that he can still rap at a supreme level. Like
mm,
I don't think he's approaching this where it's good enough for him to just be a great rapper. Like I think he wants to prove that when you talk about rap music, when you talk about putting words on beats, he does that better than anybody. And I think this album he's going to give us, you know, his all as a rapper. Like I don't know how much he'll give us as far as into his life or in things like that, his thoughts and all that type of stuff. But when you're talking about rapping and putting shit together and making shit sound good, I think he's going to look to do that at a level he hasn't done in a long time. And the off season was a dope album. Like the off season was very dope. But that also wasn't. I wouldn't say that was his best rapping album. You know, like you could say
mm,
you could have the argument or the debate that that's his best album because it had a lot of hit records on it. But as far as being his best rapping album, I don't think that was that. So I do think he'll look to not only return to like being a great high level rapper, but also like probably doing it the best he's ever done it.
no, that's valid. The introspective. So I am curious if, like, again, the record he dropped today was kind of like him revisiting his life, looking at it backwards, and I'm curious if we're gonna get like, and again, it's, no one's entitled to this information, but I'm curious if we're gonna get like some of the shit, like he talked about being a father and like some of the new things he had to learn being a father. Then like, oh, if you took those lessons backwards, like I'm curious if we're gonna get like the dad J Cole or the husband J Cole and trying to maneuver, because it would be the, to me, the most interesting story he could tell us without getting like too private, of
Hmm.
when you're at the level he's at, which was if definitively one of the three most popular rappers in the world. If you had him at three, fine, not here to argue about that. But if you one of the three most popular rappers in the world, while still wanting his privacy and creating a family and creating an environment for his kids and his wife, while still that obligation you feel at that level to put out music and albums and projects for your fans.
I don't know if he was one of the three most popular rappers. He was one of the three best. I don't know if he's one of the three most popular
I
rappers.
20 well, yeah, literally 2015 J. Cole. You've got Drake, you got Kendrick. Two Chains was crazy at that time.
He was not more popular than Drake Kendrick or Future in 2015.
Future's just
He just wasn't.
outdo both of them.
That's just a
Yeah,
fact of the matter. He just wasn't.
no, that's fair. That's fair. Again, I wasn't listening to Future like that back then, but that's fair. So we'll say one of the most popular rappers on the planet, and having to, and again, he was just flat out living differently than the other two. Where Kendrick was totally okay with being completely secluded. Like Kendrick dropped music and then went back home, and niggas didn't even know if Kendrick lived in L.A., which is also makes that Drake just kind of funny. He's like, oh, you're not even in L.A., and I'm like, this has been like a thought. Like niggas haven't found him outside in like 10 years. Like congrats. Um, so he was totally okay being secluded. Drake obviously was all over the place. And so he's the only one from that, in my opinion, that like you could get that perspective from. And so I think that would be interesting as far as like a concept for it. And two, like you said, I'm cool if it is just proving like I don't care what y'all say about me. I am still as nice as anybody when it comes to putting words together. I'm just as nice when it comes to the production side, which obviously he has more of a hand in than an average rapper. Um, as long as you don't turn into a Young Money project and just put everybody from Dreamville on there. I like Dreamville, but Cole, like, I know they just killed you for the I'll put a feature on, and you did this last album, like, but I don't want a whole bunch of I don't need everybody from Dreamville on there. Appreciate him though. I like Boss, just this ain't the time, man. Does he address anything from 2024 and the beef? Like, we got Port Antonio? Do you think he brings it up at all on this album?
I hope not, because it's like this shit over, man. Like, I don't need to. I don't need that rehashed, and like he don't need to be rehashing it because then it only brings up the point of like what him like checking out of it. So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
that shit was almost 2 years ago. Leave it alone and like just move forward. You know what I mean? Like I don't need anybody, let alone J. Cole, rehashing anything about that Kendrick and Drake shit. Like it happened. It was a moment. Um, it's still impacting the culture from what we've
Mm-hmm.
seen, but I don't need to like it. Don't got to be discussed or talked about no more.
Yeah. Well, you think we get? Do you think we get Dad J Cole on this album?
What you mean when you say Dad, J. Cole?
So, when you were away, I was talking about because Cole, again, one of the most popular rappers on the planet, he went the or telling his story, I guess, of trying to still put out music, still do what he can to provide for the fans, while at the same time, obviously, he got married, he ended up having kids, and kind of working that balance for himself, which is a different perspective than what Drake or Kendrick could have given us. That a definitely different perspective for Future. If Future's the other most popular rapper on the planet, definitely a different perspective because Future told us what he was doing. He was very out front with it. He had no, there was no like, oh damn, he did that. Like, yeah, nigga, he told you about 30 times. Um, is but again, that's a different perspective than Drake, and it's a different perspective than Kendrick. Like, do you think we could
I
get
feel
that
like we
from
get. I
both
feel
of
like
them?
we get a little bit of Dad Drake here and there. I think a certain nigga from Virginia pulled it out of him, but I think we get a
That's
little bit. I
that's.
think we get a little bit of. Yeah, I mean, he got his son on. He got his son on the song. So
I mean, this is accurate, but that could be like
I
a
don't know. I don't know if we see that though. Like I don't know if and that's what I mean when I'm like, I don't know if we see Cole get like any more introspective than he's been. And I mean, I think he is introspective to a point, but I don't know. I don't know if he get that personal.
no, that's fair. And then the
I don't
second
even.
part of that
I
is
don't know what the benefit of it will be for him.
again if it's theoretically his last album, is that like what you say on the way out? Like, what is a rapper supposed to?
What do you want me to say? Yeah, I got kids and a wife. Like, what you
I
mean?
what is a rapper supposed to say on their last project? I guess we'll end the Cole conversation here. What is a rapper supposed like? What would you want for a quote unquote last project from one of your favorite rappers? Like, what is that supposed to sound like?
I mean, you never know when the last project is, though.
You don't, but if
If you, I'm assuming you saying like if you know.
yeah, like if Hov was telling the truth and he was like, "Yo, Black Album's my last shit," what were you hoping to hear on that?
Well, I was a kid, so I can't really
I guess
fucking
that's
say
why
that.
it's a
But
slippery slope too.
if
So
the
that same
Cole
question.
being my favorite rapper, and if this is Cole's last album, I I want him to go out the way he came in, and that is being a rapper, like rapping. Not I don't need like this album ain't got to have a single hit on it. Like from the traditional standpoint of like trying to make a hit or something like that, or like having the feature that gives it, like that type of thing. Like I want him to rap, like take the Clips approach and truly make a rap album, not with the intent of this being a big mainstream thing or being a commercial thing or trying to like satisfy any of the numbers shit. Like make put the songs on here that you want to put on here. It don't gotta be fucking 27. Don't gotta be an hour and 30 minutes. Make a true rap album that number one you wanted to make, and that's you know for the like for lack of better words for the culture. Like I don't need some watered down shit. If this for whatever reason this is his last album, and like I said, we don't know that. Can only kind of assume that, or at least this is his last album for a long time.
Yeah. Which leads me
I
to
think I can agree with that as far as just like Tony said, going out the way you came in, like being a rapper, like the way that you kind of the way that people grew to be fans of you.
no, I'm there with like
And I think I think I guess based on his last some of the last work that he's put out, whether even if we just talking about singles, but even to the whole what was the Might Delete Later, like he was rapping on that,
mhm. No, that's a
I
great
think
project with or without that record. Like that, it's
for sure.
unfortunate that that storyline got because he withdrew it, and that storyline kind of I don't want to say killed the project, but it definitely deflated it. Like that's a really good project. Um, yeah, no, it's so. Would y'all want like mixtape Cole almost?
I feel like they're the same person. I
Yeah,
just
like
feel like
when
I
you
don't
think
never.
about he didn't drop my bad, Tony, but
No,
when you
you
think
good.
about
You
the shit that he didn't drop, like I guess even over the last couple of years or verses he's been on, even down the first person shit, that's like whoever that is, like we want to keep getting that. Like or even like that, what is it, the Port Antonio joint that he dropped,
Yeah.
even though that was had to do like with the little beef and all of that shit, like he was rapping his ass off on there. Um
It's always
like
funny when
even
Cole gets a little
even
beef.
hmm,
Like, I, I just know it's. I'm not trying to talk shit, but it's always funny because you always address like, "Hey, with the little beef or whatever," and I'm just like, it's just always funny.
but yeah, so it's kind of it was like even though he was addressing that in that like he was rapping on it, so it's like
Hmm.
keep
Mm-hmm.
doing that because like
And
I
that
said,
that
I
joint that
listen.
had what was that other joint he dropped? It had Wiz on it. Wiz ain't have a verse, but Wiz was on it.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it was
I'm
though.
blanking on the record name.
Yeah.
I feel like he did one too with T Grizzly that I feel like came out right
He
after, and
did
then
have a
you
record too.
have
That record was dope too.
yeah.
That T Grizzly record was dope too.
Again, a lot of shit kind of got like unfortunately like swept under the rug, and that was such a huge thing, and then obviously GNX took over the world, but like. But I forget the exact date, so I don't remember if the T Grizzly record was like right before or right after. I'm trying to think
No, it
now.
was definitely after. It was
Okay.
definitely after. Everything was after mostly.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, no. And hope he does the tour. And if he does phrase this again, if this is supposed to be his last project, and then he does a follow-up tour, I'm gonna go see live because I always say Cole is my second favorite performance I've ever seen live. I saw Cole at the college, and it's always funny because it was Thug, uh, Jaden Smith, Ari Lennox, and Cole, and it's like the most.
And in theory, that's a random lineup. In reality, that lineup makes complete sense.
It does, but it was like in the moment it was a little odd. I was like, it's one of the reasons. Shout out to her. I'm not gonna call her the warden, but like shout out to my lovely wife. Um, I was at a school meeting when I started to the school, and they had a meeting, and it sucks to do meetings at fucking school because it's you already got to be at your job at 6 a.m. and these niggas want to do meetings, and so instead of being at the school site, you go to the district office, and they act like I'm gonna pay them any fucking mind at 6:20 a.m. as they trying to tell me some shit, and I get a text around 7 And I look at my phone real quick, and all I see is 2 tickets for Cole. And she's like, I just got us these. And I was like, oh, you the one. And, I'm still here. I was like, I'm an easy nigga to impress. Um, Going to the world's best fake sport, which, let me tell you, watching stress-free football is some of the best shit you can do with your life. When it's just like there's no implications, you can't sit there and be heartbroken at the end of the day. Like you just get to watch, great fucking time, and you get to watch Charger fans like spiral, even better. Well, at least for me, I enjoy
I watched I
watching Charger
watched
fans
I
spiral.
watched that I watched that Steelers Houston game, and I said the Ravens wouldn't have stood a chance. I said, boy, they wouldn't have stood a chance. Said Will Anderson was out that bitch, was like he was like two people. I said the Ravens wouldn't have stood a chance.
When you got a defense like that, by the way, and I'm just putting out. I've said Houston. I'm scared to play him, but I know who the last quarterback to beat Houston was. Just putting that out into the world. Um, Recapping wild card weekend. So obviously Houston, Pittsburgh. These were all very. By the way, Houston, Pittsburgh got away at the end of the game, but these were all pretty good games. If you want to say Houston, Pittsburgh was the worst because of the final score, that's fine. That game was tight in the first half. And the first half was literally what fucking. Did Pittsburgh take the lead? Was it 7-6 at halftime?
It was 7-6 Houston at halftime. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now CJ Stroud, and I fuck with CJ. Bro, you gotta be better. Like when you playing with an all-time defense, and as someone who watched Peyton Manning like not have a right arm and just kind of go out there and be like just basically a statue, like you can't be fumbling the ball fucking no 4 or 5 times in the game. Like with that defense, you can't be the reason. I sent the picture earlier where like these niggas the last 3 years have scored as many points on defense as they've given up. Like that's insane. Um, what was your favorite game of the weekend?
Well, we know Will's, but
That's
but what was my favorite game of the weekend? Uh, for football reasons or for funny reasons? Because
either or.
those are two different things. My favorite game of the weekend for football reasons was probably the shit was my favorite game of the weekend for football reasons was Packers
Oh, did we just lose him? Or can you still hear him, Will?
I can't. We can't hear you, Tony. I don't even know if you can hear us, but yeah, he definitely froze. Ah, there you go.
oh shit connection. I'm back. I'm
There we
good.
go.
You
Yeah,
back?
you
You
back.
back?
Okay. All right. So my favorite game for football reasons of the weekend was Packers Bears for like the comeback of it all. Caleb making crazy plays, like just everything involved with that. My favorite game of the weekend for very funny reasons was absolutely the Eagles and the 49ers. Cause like the the Eagles have three timeouts. They have the ball. It's fourth down. Nick Sirianni. I, j- I just don't know what else to even say. You have it's fourth down. You call a timeout on fourth down to put yourself in position to like call your best play. Your best play is fucking four verticals. Okay. So not only do
As a
you
former
waste the
Madden
three
player, I've respected.
not only do you waste the three timeouts, this is what happens. If they just at this point it's a what 23 to what's the score 23-19.
I think so.
It's 23-19, I believe, because I think that was the final score. So
Yeah.
23-19, if the Eagles kick the field goal, they can make this a 1 point game with three timeouts still, and they have a chance to get the ball back to get in the field goal range for the win. If you don't want to do that, okay, cool, fine. That means you run the play on fourth down.
You still good?
Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna come back in.
Oh, okay. Tony's about to rejoin us. One of the funniest parts of that, two of the Eagles 49ers game is like Dom, the security guard nigga, had like one of the coach's headsets on, and I
No,
was
Big
trying to figure
Dom.
out. Yeah, I'm like, I get if you got like the peace in ear or whatever, because that's security. And he's specifically only like team player security. Like if a nigga from the fans was like from the stands like to rush out and like go at one of the players for some
They
dumbass
say he
reason.
part of the staff.
I was tripping out. I was like, I went back and looked at it again. I was like, does this nigga have like the
Exposure
NFL
was a
headset on and
cameraman
shit?
at one point. He was working in the camera rooms.
I was like, this nigga's the fucking what Eric Spoelstra used to do for the Heat. He was like the fucking video coordinator or
Yeah,
some
he was the
shit.
video coordinator.
Yeah, like this nigga had a job nobody fucking knew
Big
about, and
Dom
Pat
gonna be a
Riley
head
was
coach
like,
before we know it.
yeah. I was like, why this nigga got a fucking full on it? Like Big Dom calling plays? That would make sense. The way they run offense, like it would absolutely make sense. Big Dom is out here calling plays. Um, I don't know if he needs another invite or not. We'll see here in a second. But nah, the Eagles 49ers game was. I fuck with Kyle Shanahan. That's Mike's son, and so I'm rolling with the 49ers injured as hell, and so I don't know how far they can actually take this, but I fuck with Kyle. Um, we obviously already talked about a little earlier this week the Packers. But if you can't do the Packers Bears game, what will be your favorite game for this weekend?
Let me see. I did. I mean, I did like the. I did like the Eagles game. Let me see. What I pick? The Rams Panthers.
The see the Panthers were like I was not excited for that game. I thought the Rams were gonna fuck them up. I thought that was gonna be a pretty convincing win, but the closer that got, to like when it was in the fourth quarter, and the what you call it, when it was in the fourth quarter, and that shit, the Panthers took the lead, and I was like, if these niggas beat the Rams twice in like less than 30 days, I'm gonna just laugh my ass off. And the Rams I had in the Super Bowl, so um, I had a lot of high hopes for the Rams. I thought really highly of the Rams, but it would be objectively hilarious if Bryce Young like ended your season essentially twice because he fucked y'all up because he prevented you from getting the 1 seed when he beat you in the regular season, and then he fucked you up again in the playoffs. But that didn't happen. Shout out to Bryce. I think they just picked him as fifth-year option. So Bryce rich for life. Bryce got $26 million coming his way. So shout out to him. I said it was $100 million game. If he play okay or well next season,
You said
it's
they
gonna be
picked up
$100
the
million.
option.
Yeah, his fifth-year option is 26 because he was the first overall pick. So it's money. That's how much y'all niggas gonna be paying Caleb. They gonna be taxing y'all niggas in Chicago to help pay for Caleb's contract. Especially niggas like you that got money, you definitely getting it. They gonna say, Will, we need your help. That we got to pay this nigga $30 million. They gonna pay this nigga say 30. They gonna pay this nigga by that time. Cool, 65. They definitely gonna need your tax money. Shout out to also the most random like 20-hour beef between Wayne and Caleb Williams, but they you know they pieced it out.
Was it a beef?
It was just a. It was a.
Or was it an old junkie just being mad?
I'm glad Wayne apologized before we got on this show today.
I was too. Because high key, I was like,
for me to have to disrespect one of my goats, it was gonna be bad.
That's what I was like. Hey, look, man. Someone got in Wayne.
Wayne
Wayne
from New
woke up
Orleans.
from that nap, and Wayne might not have actually tweeted the apology. Someone might have just taken his phone and been like, it might have been like, no, we gotta take this real quick. Hold up. This nigga don't even know. Like, oh, but you were saying about the Eagles 49ers game. Nick Sirianni 4 versus.
Yeah, so I'll make it quick. I just Nick Sirianni keeping his job is crazy to me. It just is because you aren't the X's and O's coach. Fine, perfectly fine. You are not a great you are not great when I'll say you're not consistent when it comes to picking the play callers. Like we saw what happened in 23. We saw what happened this year. And you don't keep the vibes great. Like you don't keep the vibes around the team great. Like the vibes were shit all year around this great team. This team with so much talent, just won the Super Bowl, had no reason to hate each other as much as they do. And it's just like I don't know what you're getting from Nick Sirianni to justify keeping him around. Like okay, you keep him after there's the debate of should you fire Nick Sirianni in 2023 after they come off the Super Bowl loss? And that seemed crazy then, because you're like, no, you can't. He just went to the Super Bowl. Like, this is still a good team. Why would you do that? You wouldn't. But last year, you kind of see like, oh, you don't do anything, and they kind of just they kind of just got to the Super Bowl in spite of, and it's like that's great. You got the ring. That's what you do this whole thing for is to get the ring. But
Mm.
when you have the talent that you do at the cost that you do,
No, it's a Spencer team. Is
you got to get him out of there. And I can't. I don't see why they keep him around. I just don't get it.
No, I agree. The only head coach that didn't get fired that makes sense to me um, is I understand entirely why Zach Taylor wasn't fired. Because the Bengals are the cheapest ownership group, and if you was going to ask that nigga to pay for two coaches at one time, I was like, yeah, this was never happening. So
It wasn't gonna happen.
should Zach Taylor have been fired? Yes, but I'm not really that shocked by it because it's just a cheap ass ownership group. And so, but the Sirianni one, I'm like, especially now, like I I tweeted out like when Mike Tomlin stepped away, I was like, if the Eagles want to run one more year with Sirianni for whatever their reason is, fine. Mike Tomlin don't even got to move states. Like they both in Pennsylvania. Like the nigga could just say like, I send a first round pick, give it over to Pittsburgh. Like because your talent, it's not like the Eagles are. They're obviously as talented as any team in the league, and they're not like old talent. Like Davis, what's my man? Jalen Carter. I was about to call the nigga who spit on Dak Prescott. Jalen Carter, like
Same thing.
Quint, yeah, Quinyon Mitchell. Like you have young talent, like Devontae Smith. Like AJ's probably not going to be there anymore. That's fine. Um, like you can give up a first round pick for a coach that like Tomlin with that team being like the floor raiser that he is and being the culture and stability guy. Like that's a scary team.
You
Nick
had to give him a
Sirianni, look,
king's ransom though, because I really don't think it's looking report all reports are that he does not. He's going to do TV, and I don't think he wants to like coach at least this next season. He's like I
at least
really,
for the season after.
and I
He's
wouldn't be
running for your spot
surprised.
this year.
I wouldn't be surprised if he don't come back though. Like I really wouldn't be
I
surprised if
wouldn't
Mike
either.
Tomlin don't come back.
Because I think Sean went for what? It was a first and a third. So I could see Mike being for something similar to that. First and a third, first and a second. But again, if you're the Eagles, it was one thing for Denver, who wasn't very talented at the time they got Sean Payton, and it was like, okay, this is a lot for a coach. Even if you think that coach is worth 3 or 4 wins, like this is a lot when you don't have players. The Eagles got players, and you could argue you might not even want another first round pick because you know you're about to spend however much. Like Jalen Carter is going to be the highest paid D tackle in the league here in another year and a
Hmm.
half. Jordan Davis is probably going to be, I assume, their top five
A
paid
very
player.
well paid player that we
Yeah,
do know. Yeah,
Quinyon Mitchell is going to be top five paid at corner. Like DeJean
DeJean,
is going to be,
he got to be
which I think
top paid nickel.
his
But
position is
then
so weird
if
because
he's
he's
playing outside enough, then it's like you,
well, he's a
you
safety at like his starting position. He starts at safety and then he moves into the slot depending on the team. So like I don't know how they're going to try to do that. I forget.
Kyle Hamilton got
Tyron
100 million. So
No, that's the thing. Tyron Matthew got paid very, very well from the Chiefs. This was now 7, 8 years ago. And they paid him like somewhere in between, like it wasn't top end corner money. It was like a mix between top end corner and top end safety money because he was all over the place. So he didn't have like a real position technically. Um, so he'll probably get something like that again. So like, I don't know, man. The Eagles are just Sirianni is just not a. What I was saying when you left is like Big Dom had like a coaching headset on, and I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck he had. Like not like the security shit where it's like, all right, I understand that. Nigga had the fucking NFL like headset, and I'm like, oh, this is why he's calling plays. This is why this shit looks awful. Um, and then they can't even
Gabagool
get
2028.
they can't even get Fire and Patullo right. These niggas just say, oh, they put out a message and we fired him. Actually, we just said we're
Demoted.
changing offensive coordinators. He might still be on the staff. Like, why? Oh my gosh. Yeah, man, the Eagles are too talented to not be in this. Like they're the only team, in my opinion, that lost on Wild Card Weekend where I'm like, you could call this season a failure if you wanted to. Like everybody else that lost, I'm like, I'm not calling the Panther season a failure. I'm not calling the Chargers season a failure as much as I'd love to. Who else lost? The Jags.
Jacksonville.
I'm definitely not calling it a failure. Like, this was a great season for Jacksonville. But
Hmm.
the Eagles, you objectively were a Super Bowl or bust team, and it just was so bad all year. And your defense was doing. The Eagles' defense, statistically, the last 7-8 weeks, were better than Houston. Not much, but slightly better than Houston, which is crazy. And so it was just the Eagles season is. Moving on to this weekend for the division round. What game are y'all looking forward the most to see before we start picking games? Like, which game do you think is going to have like the most attention you're most excited for? My answer is pretty obvious. Really, it's probably a question for you because I think Will's and I answer is kind of obvious.
I'm
I think
between. Go ahead, Will.
no, I was gonna say if I had to pick a game other than the Bears Rams, I would pick probably the Niners and Seahawks.
I was going to say I think it's one of the games with the NFC West team. Like it's Bears Rams or it's Seahawks Niners because this is the third time Seahawks Niners playing this season and second time in 3 weeks that they playing. So what does that look like? Like I said, like we said on a Monday show, like I would not be surprised if the 49ers like went on a run and got to the Super Bowl. Like, but the Seahawks are fucking playing crazy right now, defensively at least. Like that offense has kind of been up and down, kind of slowed down from the last first few months. But that defense is so dominant that the offense only kind of just got to be good enough. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so what does that look like? And then on the flip side, with the Rams and the Bears, is like now Stafford has the finger problem. It's gonna be cold as fuck. So what,
As fuck.
like,
Is it finally cold now, Will? You was trying to tell me yesterday that it wasn't that cold yet, and it was fucking like 44 degrees outside.
It's cold out today. Today was like I think last time I looked. Right now it's 20. When I was out earlier working and stuff, it was like 18. So it's a little cold out today.
I look cold out.
Nigga put on a
But
jacket.
I was telling them like yesterday. It was like what did I when we talked
Nigga, it was
last?
like 40 something, and you was like,
I
it
think it
ain't
was
that
like
cold yet.
44. I'm like, yeah, that ain't that bad.
See, like,
You gotta put on the scale though, because if it can get
Yeah, that's
6,
what I'm saying.
40, 40
It's
ain't.
like
nigga, if it gets to 6,
you've
I'm
been
moving.
outside, if you've been outside and like anything under 20 or you start getting into single digits, like when you get into single digits, 40 degrees feel like it's like, oh shit, it's nice out.
We went when I was in 6th grade. They had like it was a 6th grade camp
Hold
right
on,
near
hold
where
on, yeah,
like
hold on. I'm gonna ask Tony what you asked me. What's the
oh
coldest it will have to be for you to have on shorts?
For me to have on shorts, like
yeah, what is
just
that like temperature change?
like
Like
on
if
some
it's like
gym shit or just some regular like going out shit.
Outside.
Outside, if it's below 60, I'm not doing it. 60 and up, I'll put some shorts on.
I think I told him 65. I'm like, if it's like 50, like you said, below 60, like that's because I think you asked me, he was like, oh, you wearing shorts in like 40-degree weather, and I'm like, nah, it's like
Nah, that's
60
crazy.
better.
nigga, 60-degree weather is crazy.
60-degree weather ain't crazy.
You 60-degree weather. I got on a t-shirt and some sweatpants. Like on some, like that's
Like
so that
you may not even need a hoodie for real, like in
you
60-degree weather, depending on the weather.
six 60-degree weather. You like the city be so live. Like you would think it's 90. That's how
If
many
it was
people be outside.
if it was 60 in Chicago
Nigga
next
got the
week,
heater on.
I'll be like, oh, it's the spring. What's the weather right
Nigga
now?
chilling
Well, in San
inside.
Diego,
You said what?
what's the weather right now for you?
Let's see. Cold.
Cold is crazy.
What's it say? Right now, yeah, right now it's 64.
64.
And you got the heat on?
I'm gonna have the heater on. This room itself stays pretty warm that I'm recording in. When I go out to the living room though after this, like when I got my little hour break, I'm gonna have the heater on.
Like you got like a space heater or like heating throughout the
I just
whole
got like
thing?
it's just an apartment. It's just the essential shit.
Okay.
Like, what
But
did
it's
you,
like
what
there's
did you set it to?
one
I guess that's what I really want to know what you set it to.
74.
74 is crazy, Justin. It's 64 degrees outside.
What you got your set to?
74 is crazy.
What you got your set to, Tony?
It's 64. The heat not on.
Exactly.
I got nah.
Like right now, let me see. I got my like Nest
I
app,
put
and
that
like
bitch
right
74
now
and you
it's
can still
saying
find Mendes and Black. Like,
inside my house right now is what is it 71,
71, yeah.
nigga,
and that's with the
Justice,
system not being on. The
Justice,
system is off. Like
74 degrees, bro. It's insane.
74.
like if you in Chicago, like if the inside of your house is like I said like 70 degrees, like most of the time like I have my heat set to come on like at night because of course it get colder at night. I have my heat set to like 72 or 7 or something like that, 71, 72 to where where it don't get no colder than that at night
Mm-hmm.
because the temperature drop. But like right now I don't need it on.
Nah, see,
Never change,
y'all,
Justice. Never,
y'all
never
niggas be
change.
fucked up and said, nah,
That's what I'm saying.
74.
It's all about perspective.
It's that's why that's why I said that y'all got an edge. Y'all playing a team based in LA. Like that. When was the last time Matthew Stafford you think was outside when it was 10 degrees?
That's what I was wondering because I'm like, when he was in Detroit, he was inside, obviously. Like you go to fucking Green Bay for your few games here and there, but it's just like
Yeah,
career
but
wise, he's always been an indoor quarterback.
when he was
Minnesota
there,
gets so cold,
he would have
they
those
won't
free
let them
roll
niggas not
games.
have a
Sure.
dome.
What you say? What you say, Justin?
I was like, Minnesota's the only NFL team because it gets so cold in Minnesota. Like they have to have a dome because otherwise they would get snowed out.
Yeah, no, it's
Like
crazy.
it's
Minnesota is crazy. Like when you hear about like if you think about like Chicago and the snow and shit like that, Minnesota is its own little. No, I mean like they different.
because I think that's. Do the Twins still have? Because I know they changed arenas or stadiums a few years ago.
Minnesota
No,
is
they
Are they
they
still
still
just?
outside. Yeah, no, the Twins, hell no, the Twins play outside.
They are outside. Well, because they had the dome forever, and they when did they switch?
They fell to pieces. They've
Well, I mean, yeah, but shit, nigga, so did the Trop. Like
been
they
playing
both have dome.
outside since like 2011.
Is it 2011? Okay. I remember it was towards like the end of Joe Mauer, but I don't remember what
I
year.
remember that period where the Vikings new stadium was being built and they was playing outside. That was very funny.
Ain't
Niggas was
that the
playing
Joe
at
Webb game?
University of Minnesota.
Yeah, Joe
Uh
Webb started. Joe
shit,
Webb started on
maybe.
Monday Night Football. I remember that
I
nigga
remember
started Monday Night
Devin
Football. We have
Hester
a
was out
picture.
that bitch getting busy on them boys. I do remember that.
And how long has it been since Stafford? When did Stafford leave?
2021 was his was
Yeah.
no or 20 no 22 was his first season with the Rams when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so
So he's been out of the he's
4 years.
yeah, like that game is so interesting to me. It really is because I don't know how he's going to look in that environment. I don't know. I don't know what how Devontae is going to react when he gets fucking hit or hit that hamstring and the cold. Like it's a lot of different things in that
Oh yeah.
game.
The Bears
It's
practicing outside right now.
I was like, Devontae's probably used to the cold. He'd be the one guy that I'm
see,
like, he played in Green Bay so long that I'm like, I would
that's
expect
not
him to
how
be
that
used to
work,
the cold.
brother. That shit not how that work. If you leave, if I left Maryland today and I went to like the warmest place for a year, I would come back next year and not know 6 months. 6 months. I
You
would
gonna be
not know what to do. I would not know what to do. Like that shit is different. So, like in theory, him playing in Green Bay should help him out, but it won't. It just won't. Like you can't really prepare to play in 10-degree weather. Like you just cannot. You can't prep for it.
only way to prep
South
for
is
that is to
different.
be out there.
That
And
would be.
And even still, like it's gonna still be cold as fuck every time you get out there.
I'd be the first head coach through that game from the booth where they keep like the coordinators and shit. Like I'd be in that motherfucker. I'd be like, hey guys, let's go.
so
Behind the motherfucking wall, heater on at 80. Like, nah, they would have catch me outside. Fuck no.
Shout out to the
Um,
Bears, man.
oh man. What are your? I know we already kind of talked about this a little bit, but for a slightly different audience, what is? You said your confidence level was like an 8.5.
Oh
What
yeah.
do you think? And you not like me, because like I know like right now my heart rate is really calm. and like I'm fine. I could like analyze the Bronco game and like I could do it normal like a normal human being. I also know if that bitch is win about 7 and it's the fourth quarter and 17 on the other team got the ball, I already know my shit gonna be like it's not gonna be healthy.
And mind you, I think at the beginning of the season too, I think I picked the Rams like to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, that's
That
my
was
Super Bowl
before I
pick.
knew they
But
was gonna be in this fucked up position.
no, that's the thing. Like them losing to the Panthers is really what set this all off, and then them not closing out the Seattle game was like the final nail in the coffin. That like they was up at that
Don't
point,
forget
they
the
won.
Falcons putting belt on them boys on Monday night. Don't forget that.
Hey, the Falcons fucked a few teams up this year. It was so like the Falcons were either Raheem Morris, you knew how to do it like 50% of the time. Like your team either came out like gangbusters, or them niggas came out like they didn't want to be there. That shit was crazy. But how do you think you're gonna feel like actual Sunday watching the game?
I mean, I think it's gonna come with the normal like highs and lows, but I think unless it looked like that Lions game in week 2, I ain't gonna be worried about it.
That did happen, didn't it?
That
That's
was long.
that's
That
the
was
only team
long.
they can't beat. Like as much success as the Bears have had this year, like the Lions is still like that one team that got their number. Um,
Nah, whatever.
from from a fan of one team whose quarterback, some people might say struggle in the first quarter or first half. If we're allowed to be honest, you ever like swore at Caleb in like the first quarter? Like you ever been like,
Nah, I
yo,
mean
why you
because
do
I
that,
I,
bro?
I think I think it's not like I don't think it's that cut and dry, honestly. As far as to say that Caleb just struggles in like the first half, because I mean, yeah, he definitely misses some throws, and there's a lot of times where I'm watching and I'm like, all right, you missing the easy throws and you making the complicated throws, but it's a lot like these receivers drop passes too. These receivers maybe I don't think all of the first half or first quarter struggles all fall on Caleb. And then I think also a lot of times we spend that first half trying to establish the run game, and it's
No, that's fine.
almost like
Y'all great run defense.
you spend that first half trying to establish the run, and then in the second half when you don't have no choice, then you let Caleb off the
Mm-hmm.
leash and he go do what he do.
No, that's valid. That's valid. I've definitely cussed at Bo in the first quarter. I ain't even gonna hold. Endeavor's got the
I mean,
second most
I
drops
think
in rookie
early
of
in
this
the
year, and I
early in the
still hold.
season I probably have, but I think even when we kind of talked about it, like after a while, at least for me, and of course it don't change. Like I see like when I'm on Bears Twitter and you see these people kind of losing their mind in the first half, and then all of a sudden at the end of the game, they the most excited uh, fans you could think of. So it's like I think I'm able to kind of just sit back and watch and like, all right, let's see what happens in the second half.
Nah, I
Like
won't tweet
I don't
during
really
the
deal
first
with
half.
like the emotional highs and lows of it.
I think the last time I tweeted, like in regards to something negative during the first half, was last year's Jets game, and that was awful. And let's fucked up is last year's Jets game was not as bad as this year's Jets game, which is its own. It's a good thing that shit happened overseas, and like nobody watched that shit because it was 6 in the morning. Only my dumb ass was watching it, and it was a real fucking rough watch. But we months away from that, so it's cool. Yeah, obviously like the Broncos Bills game, it is as much as I think Denver's got the better team. I think, especially now because the Bills are also injured as hell. Like the Bills have 3 healthy receivers, and one of them is Brandon Cooks, like the same Brandon Cooks that was catching passes from Drew Brees and Tom Brady.
Famous
But
last words.
but that's the thing. Like as much as I'm like, if I wasn't a fan, I was just saying like objectively, my analysis would be the same as, and it's going to be like the same as I felt last week, which is like I thought the Jaguars were the better team. Like Josh was the best quarterback, obviously, but I thought the Jaguars were the better team. I thought they had the better defense. I thought it was going. I picked the Jags to win. Now, will I scream at my TV if I see his offensive line pick this nigga up and run 5 yards? Yes, I will, because I was told that's against the rules. And if I was a Jags fan, I'd be pissed because I was told that was against the rules. But you
What
just can't.
rules?
You can't pick niggas up. Like
Rules don't.
literally,
We don't live in a
you
world where rules exist, bro. Like we don't live in that
can't.
world no more.
I'm just like these niggas. Like because it was like, oh, Josh did the tush push, and I'm like, nigga, that wasn't a tush push. This nigga's like right guard grabbed him and like kept fucking dragging his ass.
Josh Allen too solid. He too solid. What you want from him?
I just, but like that's going to be unless, and I don't predict this to happen, unless the score gets out of hand either side, is like I'm just not gonna feel comfortable until the game is over, and that's
I'd
just me.
feel more comfortable in the shootout if I'm the Broncos. I really would, because you don't want a muddy game into the fourth quarter and Josh got the ball.
You don't, you, but I also don't think, and I'm really curious. I'm curious how altitude's going to affect them because besides, and you actually just made this point, which I didn't think it worked this way with cold, but I'm gonna hope that it does because there's been a fun or a common thing being said this week is like, well, the altitude actually doesn't fuck with Josh Allen, and I'm like, y'all just really think this nigga's Superman, and it's like, no, Wyoming just literally has higher elevation than Denver, but he has obviously not been in Wyoming for what's Josh in his eighth year,
Did he
ninth
live
year.
there in the off season?
I have no idea where the fuck he lives in the offseason. I don't know. That's between him and his wife. The
Good woman.
I don't know if he lives in the off season. So, but like he hasn't. If he's been obviously playing in Buffalo for the last 7-8 years, right? Josh is 2018. Yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
just no, yeah. Um, So maybe that shit, maybe the elevation will fuck with them. And that's the one thing where I'm like, that's got to be Denver's advantage, whether it's this game or whoever plays Houston and New England, is can you make the elevation matter? Can the defense continue to do what it's done? And I said this, I'm going to stand on this. I don't really care about the offense post Green Bay because they were playing teams that were either not playing starters due to injury or playoff seeding, and I just don't think it was a really creative offense whatsoever. That being said, and if I'm going to stick to that, that means Sean Payton, when you make $20 million a year, you got to have the right game plan. Like, you can't come out flat in this game because then I'm going to be wondering what the fuck y'all did for 2 weeks.
Only
Like,
thing I got on
besides,
this game. Only thing I got on this game is this game is going to come down to Matt Prater's leg,
that's
and
poetic.
that is very poetic. This
That
game is
is,
going to come down to Matt Prater's leg.
I'll be sick. If Matt Prater, who has given me some of my like highest highs, if that nigga ends my season, I'll be sick. I'll be fucking sick. Yeah. And because then the other thing is like I tweeted out, I got Denver Houston for the AFC Championship game. I feel good about us playing Houston because I like it is great as Houston defense. Will it be a shootout? Fuck. Um, that could really be the first ever 3-2 AFC Championship. Which everybody can hate, and that's fine. If we got the 3 and they got the 2, I'm gonna celebrate all the way to the fucking Super Bowl.
Fuck it.
That's the great part. Like your team wins ugly, and everybody's like, "Oh, that was an ugly win." Like, nigga, fuck y'all, we won. Like, I don't give a fuck if you think it's ugly. Um, but again, the altitude, the defense, the game plan, and Bo just can't do it. That's just at the end of the day, can't come out and be off. Is there a chance for it? Yeah, there is. And that's what I've learned is the Bo Nix experience. Do I think Bo is great? No. Is he the quarterback of my team when they finally having success? Yes. And that's kind of where like opinion is at this moment. You got a great playoff run though. We off to the moon. I'm gonna have some wild propaganda for the good playoff run out of Bo Nix. What's the other game we didn't talk about? Oh, Houston, New England would be the last one we talked about. Also, shout out to the NFC West. Y'all got 3 teams in there. That's fucking crazy. Whoever wants that Cardinals head coaching job, good luck. What we feeling Houston, New England?
If Nico Collins isn't playing, it's going to be tough for that offense. But I don't know, man. I don't really got to lean on that game. Like I think I can see it going either way. Like I, Drake should. It'll be a long day for him, but can he make enough plays And then on the flip side of that, like shit, can CJ Stroud not turn the ball over? Can he drive the ball down the field and eat up clock and just try to control the game enough for the defense to do what they need to do? So that game, I don't know if that'll be a good game, but it should be a close game.
I think all. I would be shocked if any of the four were like blowouts. Like
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think
They
any
say
of
the
them
Rams.
games
They
are
say
gonna
the
be
Rams
close.
about to. They say the Rams about to blow the Bears out. So
The Rams might score 40, but y'all might also get to 40. Like it's. I like the Bears, but the defense this year, at least specifically, is like this ain't the
What we really
like
want
Carolina defense for
on the
sure.
low, we really want that Bears that Bears Niners rematch. That's what the streets. That's
That
what the
would be
streets
fire. That'd
need.
be a fire game. That'd be a fire game. Will just wants a different outcome.
What I would prefer for my agenda is a Seahawks Bears NFC Championship game.
what agenda is that?
Oh, USC quarterbacks. Okay, that took like wait a minute. Where I understood the Bears, and I was like, all right, and
I
then I was like,
I
where's
root I root
USC
for
quarterbacks?
Ravens. I root for Trojans and my sons.
So you
So
want
so the
you want
Josh the
Bill
Josh
Snyster?
Allen the Josh Allen Drake May AFC Championship game
Yeah.
would feed families for me. The Bears Seahawks NFC Championship game would feed families to me for me. And a Caleb Super Bowl is literally, I came into the year and I literally said, if the people I would want to see win the Super Bowl is Lamar, Caleb, and CJ Stroud. And the Caleb Super Bowl would do a lot for me. It really would. The Mike McDonald Super Bowl would do a lot for me, but I don't know if that's a good thing. It
That might not be.
might make me cry.
And the Caleb Super
Yo,
Bowl to shake shit up.
Man,
I'm
Throwing
respectfully not rooting for it,
having a
but
50% completion percentage. We're gonna shake shit up. Niggas love
I
completion percentage.
I don't like that either. All of a sudden, niggas care about completion percentages now. That's what we do. We give a shit now. All right, man.
the completion percentage shit, A, only looks bad because he's literally ranked 32. And so because he had or the lowest of any starter who played, like exclude the niggas who got like Justin Fields is lower, but he got benched. Flacco I think was actually lower, ironically, even though Flacco had like two 400-yard games this year. But he obviously wasn't a full-time starter. It doesn't really matter to me that much. Like I know we've talked about the last couple of weeks. To me, if you special, you special. And a better example, I use Shaq, but a better example is like Cam, even when he was in his prime, did not have a great completion percentage. But it didn't matter. Like he was just bigger, stronger, faster than everybody, and it was like nigga had 30 plus passing touchdowns, 10 plus rushing touchdowns, and it's like, but I think his completion percentage that year was it was either right at 60 or a little below, and it was like you weren't calling Cam Newton inaccurate or couldn't make the throws. Like there's a big difference in Philip Rivers could not physically make certain throws this year, and Bryce Young every other game physically looks like he can't make certain throws. Like that.
Lost them right in the middle. That'll happen. That'll happen. It's about that time. It's about that time to wrap up. It's getting about that time.
Yeah, see if he pop back in. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm excited for the game though. I'm excited for the Rams Bears.
That game is like I said, man. That game is so fucking is interesting just because like I don't remember because they played them not last year, but they played them the season before that, and Stafford didn't look like he didn't look great in that game.
Yeah, I think the last two times they played the Bears they lost. But of course, I think I know it was last year, and then of course before that I think it was with Fields.
Okay, yeah, because like what game? That's Fox. I'm assuming
Yeah,
Fox. Okay, yeah, that game. Shit, man. What do that look like? Like, I really want to know what that look like because obviously the Bears defense got their struggles. But shit, I just saw what Bryce did against the Rams. So it's like I can't have that
And
super
I was gonna
duper
say I ain't,
confidence.
and I was gonna say I ain't watched too much Panthers like too many Panthers games, but what was their defense like?
The def the Panthers defense is really good.
Like
Like I was
I know a few guys over there for sure, but are they
like I
going
was
to?
telling Justin, they win that game if the defensive coordinator for the Panthers does not play that last drive how he did. Like the way he played off that last drive, I still can't get over that. Like the Panthers win that game if he don't call that fucking drop that defense like that last drive.
No, that's valid. I still heard y'all because it was weird because I was stuttering or frozen on the actual shit, but then I was just pulled up the Twitter fucking one and I could still hear what was going on. So I was like, this don't make no fucking sense, internet. But anyway, um, I want to go here really quick before we peace out. Where's my shit? So obviously one of the big stories of the week is Mike Tomlin after 19 years. The NFL lost its two longest term tenured coaches. Obviously Harbaugh at the Ravens at 18 seasons and Tomlin was at 19. Um, the Now the longest tenured head coach. Y'all know who the longest tenured head coach in the NFL is now with one team?
With one team. Let me guess. Is it is it Kyle?
Nope.
It's not Kyle.
Mm,
It'll make sense once I say it, but it's weird because it's like it's tricky if you don't think about it, but it makes total sense if you do.
hold on, don't say it. Don't say it, chat. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
What
Precedence level.
what division?
Uh,
You don't even got to say the conference. You don't got to say the conference. Just which what division, like which
oh,
side?
West.
West.
Mm,
And it's not Kyle.
It's not Kyle.
golly.
And I'll help you all out. It ain't the Cardinals head coach either.
No, I wasn't thinking that. Absolutely wasn't thinking that.
Chiefs.
Oh, McVay.
Is it McVay?
Got it. Andy Reid and the Chiefs.
Andy Reid.
Oh, okay. It's Andy Reid. Okay, okay.
Because what makes Andy weird, because obviously the Chiefs have had all this success.
Yeah, he been with the Chiefs for
Andy,
like 11 years now.
13 now, because he was there during the Peyton years. But because Peyton and Denver went in the division, it was like Andy basically, as soon as Peyton got out the division, he went on his run. So, but Andy's been there for a minute. I tripped.
Has he been the Chiefs coach longer than the Eagles coach?
How long was
I think so.
It's close. Andy been a coach for a minute. That's a good question. How long was Andy with the Eagles?
Because if Andy Reid's been the Chiefs coach longer than the Eagles coach, that's nuts.
So
14 years with the
he'll
Eagles.
tie it this year. Yeah. So 14.
Andy Reid.
Oh, we just got all.
This offseason real spicy.
Nice. That shit.
So I wonder who is after Andy Reid? Is it McVay?
Let me see here. Second longest tenured coach. Second longest government shutdown.
Shit,
Damn,
Kyle?
Google is fucking sad every time I type shit in here. Like, Jesus. Coach in the NFL.
Because McVay got there in what, 15, 16? I want to say 16 because they let Jeff Fisher fucking almost ruin Jared Goff for a year.
So it's a tie. So Shanahan is one of them. The other coach is also still in the playoffs for the second longest tenured head.
And it's not McVay.
It's not McVay.
Fuck all these people. Fuck all these people.
I don't know if this gives it away or not, but like Andy Reid has impacted this man's career maybe as much as any coach in the league. This nigga might be a Hall of Famer, real shit, if Andy Reid didn't exist. Like,
It's not because it's not Sean.
Yeah, McDermott. Oh,
Oh,
shit, you see me,
McDermott. Oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, no, I was like, yeah, no, it is Sean. I'm like, oh, these niggas all got the same name. Yeah, McDermott and Kyle both got hired the
McDermott.
same year.
I forgot about Sean McDermott. Damn, Sean McDermott been there that long?
Yep, because that's another one where, um, what do you call it? He predates Josh because he got that first year with what's my man's name? That's like a lifelong backup.
Name a nigga.
He was
Matt
just
Moore?
nah, he was just with the Chargers. It was black dude with the Chargers right before Herbert started because he had the fucked up medical
Tyrod?
exam. Yeah, that was
Tyrod?
Tyrod. See, this is how fucked. See, Brady's the greatest ever, and I'm not debating on it, but Brady's the greatest ever. But I do question in real time, like, so niggas thought like Tyrod Taylor and like old LaShawn McCoy with Sean McDermott was gonna run up and like, oh, this is how we gonna take Brady's division away. Like, that
Hey
was my thought
man.
process.
Hey
Like,
man. Ronnie Brown and fucking Ricky Williams started taking the snaps one season and people thought it changed the league. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't change the league.
that. See, that's when New England was so crazy consistency. Them niggas was down like 35-3 in that game, and that felt like the world ended. It was like, oh, y'all figured it out. Like y'all just broke them. Um, Before we head out, so we got a game of levels.
Level.
And we are doing a little differently. And so this is ranking them by the best head coaching job. So if you feel like the Steelers are a better head coaching job than the team under there, they would obviously advance. So it's not just team, but it's how good of an opening you think it is for a future
The
head coach.
Steelers ain't a better head coaching job than the local little league team. Like
Well, I don't think this is valid. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later tonight. The one thing that people keep talking about them is like, oh, you got job security because these niggas have only had 3 head coaches for 50 years. I don't really think that's valid because Chuck Noll gave Bill Cowher a great roster. Bill Cowher gave Tomlin a great roster. Tomlin ain't giving the next nigga a great roster. Like, you have no quarterback.
James Harrison ain't walking through that door, brother. Hans Ward ain't walking through that door, brother.
No Troy Polamalu, no Casey Hampton. Don't get Dick LeBeau as your DC. Like, there's a lot of things here, but so I don't think job security is, but we'll be fair here. So as far as how good of a head coaching job it is, level 1, we just talked about them, the Arizona Cardinals.
I knew they
only got to
were
deal with 3 teams in the divisional round. Maybe the 2 best head coaches in the league, both in your division. Maybe the best offensive and defensive head coaches are in your division. Oh, by the way, you got Kyler Murray. Maybe if you want him, you might get rid of him.
That's not drawing me to this job.
You do have Trey McBride. Are the Steelers a
You got
better
Trey
head coaching
McBride.
job?
Hell no, because you got Trey McBride, you got Michael Wilson, who just went for 1,000. Marv, like if I can get a real deal coach in here
coming back. Trey Benson
to coach,
coming back from injury.
fucking James Conner coming back.
I think Connor's over 30 now, though, so I'm not sure if he's still going to be the.
James Conner beat cancer. What's a broken leg to James Conner? James Conner beat cancer. Fuck is a broken leg to him.
When you got Trey Benson as a backup, it's like, hey.
You get Jacoby Brissett if you're with the Cardinals, who is objectively better than.
They're getting the quarterback. They're getting somebody in there.
So y'all would take the Cardinals job over the Steelers job?
Absolutely.
Where would they? What they looking like in the draft? Like, where would they draft?
That's the thing. The Cardinals finna have a top 10 pick. Like, I gotta take a back end pick for the Steelers just to be Huff still. Like, they don't even the math don't math.
Steelers will be picking them.
That is crazy. That part is crazy. Okay, so maybe
Cardinals is a better job for sure. Even though the Cardinals is ass, they got talent.
Okay.
They terrible.
Level 2, the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, that's not even close. I just seen what the Falcons did. Like the Falcons' only mistake is fucking drafting Michael Penix and giving Kirk Cousins all that money. They're supposed to do one or the other, not both.
This is true. which you got no quarterback, but you do have mad young offensive talent. You have a legitimately
Steelers ain't got no
engineered.
quarterback either.
The Steelers ain't got no Bijan. Like they
This is
ain't
also true.
They
they ain't
ain't got
got
no
a
Bernard, they ain't got a Drake London.
they ain't got a half of a Bijan or a Drake London. So
They ain't got a Kyle Pitts.
Steeler fans in the comments like this gonna be rough. I was trying to pick jobs. I was like, maybe these ain't that great because they don't got because my main thing with putting these level 1 and 2 because there is something to being like a stable organization. I do believe that, and the Steelers are the epitome. Like they're stable, right? Like it's far different than being the Browns or being the Cardinals are kind of historically dysfunctional. So like that means something. And I was trying to pick teams that didn't have quarterbacks. I was like, maybe niggas think this is a better job than them. But all right, Steeler fans, y'all let us know.
I just watched the
Uh,
Steelers kick a nigga to the curb for a 7th round pick, and he ended up third in the league in the receiving yards. Like this ain't the organization people think it is, man.
level 3, we're gonna pull at Tony's heartstrings here. You get the number 1 overall pick. You get Ashton Genty. You get Brock Bowers. Max Crosby's kind of up in the air. It's Max Crosby wants to be a Raider forever. Like he just flat out wants to be there forever. But we'll see if that's actually
I don't give
true.
a shit what Max Crosby want.
Are they a better head coaching opportunity than the Las Vegas Raiders?
I think the talent gap is too big there too.
The Raiders could have been better than them niggas this year if they didn't hire fucking the 80-year-old head coach.
Okay,
Like
really quick. Before we just sound like we're just because the Steelers technically made the playoffs,
this,
so to
the
be
Steelers,
a little
I'm
fair.
not going to sit here and act like the Steelers are awful, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like I didn't watch them. So it's like a lot of the problems with the Raiders was Gino was turning the ball over because they hired fucking Chip Kelly to call plays. Pete Carroll was the coach. They did not invest much into the pieces of the team that they needed to in a real way. Like outside of the coaching, like they didn't add much to make the line that much better, and they didn't do much to make the defense that much better. You drafted Ashton Genty, which is a really good pick, and he can be a really good running back. You probably should have took somebody else, however, because you got bigger needs, and you can. There's so many running backs out here. Like there's a running back in this draft that's better than Ashton Genty. So it's like I
Nigga
don't
should have taken Membu. Membu had a great season in New
honestly,
Orleans.
honestly. So Member was a Jet, but I get your point.
Oh, you're right. You're
Um,
right. No, who did the Saints get? The Saints got
they took
Texas.
Calvin Banks, who's
Yeah,
also really good, who would
yeah.
have fit this team better. So it's like, yes, the Steelers have pieces, but all the pieces are old. They don't have goddamn any young players that you can seriously invest in a real way. Um, like they Faltanu and Zach Frazier on the offensive line, like those are good young players, but skill player wise, they don't have much that you can look at and be like, oh yeah, he's a guy. Like DK is getting older. DK is like that wide receiver frame breaks down much quicker than your average wide receiver frame. And defensively, it's the oldest defense in the league. Like it's just not much you can do, and they don't spend money.
Is Caleb Johnson ass?
Oh brother, Caleb Johnson Caleb Johnson better get ready to learn trading block or get ready to learn learn Indeed because they is not fucking with him.
That's
Well,
like the
I don't
Tyler.
know if the Steelers ain't fucking with him or Tomlin wasn't fucking with him. That's why I'm asking. Like, is he good enough? Like and I'm asking you because of
I
course you.
I I liked him in the draft. He it like he shouldn't have went there because it just wasn't a good fit for how they run the offense. But he's I think he's still a good runner. But shit, a rookie season like he's had, that could kill a motherfucker confidence. He'd be done before he starts.
No, it's valid. What's the Steelers' best asset as far as a player? That's like reasonable age. Obviously, like Cam Hayward is going to be like a borderline Hall of Fame guy.
How does TJ
Jalen
Watt?
Ramsey.
Is DK? If we talking age, and like that's not a fucking you know.
What is DK? How old is DK?
I think
29,
DK is
30?
like
29.
I was in college before that nigga.
I think he's
Yeah,
29.
he's like 28, 29.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, you getting old, my
The
nigga.
You
shout
telling
out
me?
to
You
Now
telling me?
Darnell Washington got maybe the nicest compliment a player could get, which is Gronk went on. I think it's I don't know if him and Edelman do the show together, if he goes on there all the time, but Gronk was asked like what tight end reminds you most of him, and he said it was or Darnell Washington. But it was a very Gronk-ass answer because he was like, Gronk's like, I don't know why people like were so infatuated with me or people like me so much. And it's like, well, it's just this big dumb motherfucker stumbling down the field. And he's like, then I saw Darnell Washington, and I was like, I saw his big ass running down the field, and I'm like, at Gronk, you right. Now if that nigga start catching 15 touchdowns in a
He's
season, we can have
he's
a
out of
different
line, but he's
conversation.
right.
All right, level 4. Man, wow, these niggas Steelers is rough, man. The New York Giants. If you like Jackson Dart as a player, now I do think the Giants are low key a good job because you got Andrew Thomas left tackle. I like their defensive line. You don't have to pay anybody yet. Um, you've got Malik Neighbors, who's coming off an injury but still stud at receiver. So you got your left tackle. You got a pass rush. You got a receiver. If you believe in Jackson Dart and you think you can get him away from the medical tent, you got a quarterback. You got a running back as volatile as he is. Like the Giants have pieces. This is also the betting favorite right now for John Harbaugh to go to.
I
Giants
think
got
they
a
got
lot going on. They got a
they got
lot
a
going
lot.
on.
I think they got a lot of talent. They definitely have more talent. I just don't. It's probably a better job for sure. I
The
would
health
say.
of the owner doesn't make that easier either.
This is this is true. This is yeah. And if that goes bad, like again, like I saw it with like when Pat started losing his memory, he tried to like let his kids do that shit. It was awful. Them niggas took
Are
it.
you taking Tony? Are you taking any of those other three jobs over the Giants job?
Falcons.
Falcons is
That
really
Falcons
interesting.
job is like that Falcons job is huge.
You just got a lot of really fucked up money because you owe Kirk whether you cut him or keep him on the roster,
Might as well
and
keep him. Might as well keep Kirk Cousins. Honestly, like he'd be another year off the Achilles. Yeah, he's older, but like, what are your better options? Like you don't have your first round pick. You don't have your first round pick this year, so it's like that's cooked. Penix recovering from that injury, like you don't know how long it's going to take, and like, you don't want to rush him back number one, and do you even want him back number two? This new regime might not even want Michael Penix, so it's like you might as well just keep Kirk. They like him. At the very least, if your quarterback is ass, the players like him. Like that, you can survive that.
Facts.
the players like Kirk Cousins for like just he's like the typical white dude, and I don't know if them niggas like him, but just like making fun of him, and he just roll with it. And level 5, which in my opinion is the best head coach opening in the NFL, because you only get it's this job. Like no, just being real for a second. 'Cause I know what y'all gonna say.
Who
This is the
who's it?
best.
Who's 81? Is out the mud. We got Rashad McCants.
This and now it's obviously like you watch the team more, but to me it's real simple, which is this is the best opening since Green Bay, and that's because when Green Bay opened up, you had Aaron Rodgers, and this job you get Lamar Jackson, and you could take whatever the assets are, even if you're down on the other Ravens assets. Lamar Jackson by his damn self is a more valuable asset than any other team could possibly offer you.
And that's all you got to say. Like
That's
The Ravens got things they need to fix and work on. Like the Ravens are not perfect team by any stretch of the imagination. They got a lot to fix. But you have the two-time MVP, and you have maybe the best defensive player not named Miles Garrett. So like,
I'm gonna push back on that one, but I feel you.
I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna defend my boy. That's all I'm saying.
but
So I'm gonna defend.
but yeah, like the opportunity to coach Lamar Jackson is bigger than anything in the league right now.
Mhm.
And if you can be the head coach that helps Lamar Jackson get to the Super Bowl, you will get a statue downtown. I promise you, you will get a fucking statue.
The or well, I guess I'll let you if you want to add anything to that.
Nah, I mean, I would take the Ravens job.
Yeah. Is now I guess the only question for this is, do you go? To me, the perfect scenario for the Ravens is like if you could get Brian Flores and the Mike McDaniel as your OC. Right now, to me, that sounds like the best scenario because
In
Flores gives
theory.
you,
But
yeah,
like that nigga took his job, so it's like I don't know if I really want that.
damn. I mean, Vance Joseph is literally a DC in the same city that fired him. So anything can happen, man.
What city is
Anything can
that?
happen. He was Denver's head coach, and then got his
Ex-
ass fired, and then he came
exactly.
back to be the DC.
Exactly. I don't I don't know how that works. Like I don't want that here. Y'all can they can
That's
do that over there. I don't want that here.
no, that's valid. It was weird to tell what had happened. And Vance kept his job, and then he gave up 70 in his third game back. So
A black head coach in Denver. Stop it, Kenny.
they Denver has the first black starting quarterback in the National Football League.
Wrap this up, yo. I need to go eat.
Oh man. Hey Steelers, don't worry though. Y'all get to hold on to the tied for most Super Bowls not named Brady for at least like oh no, Drake May might fuck that up for you on that
The
one.
junkie quarterback is gone. The floor raising head coach is gone. You have your best players were great in 2017. You know, you still got your little towels. Be happy about that. You know, you still can wave those around and fucking play rock songs. You know, Brett Michaels is alive and well. You got Wiz Khalifa. You got Wiz Khalifa still. Don't forget you got Wiz Khalifa. That goes a long way.
Well,
They're gonna have to
veteran
go through a
is
full rebuild.
uh, because of Philip Rivers doing what he did. It is going to mean the conversation will exist at least for 2 years. That like, if you a team that's good and your quarterback gets hurt, is do you call Aaron Rodgers?
Call up Big Ben. Call up Ben Roethlisberger. Let's get real. Have some fun. Have some fun. Have some goddamn fun. Call up Ben Roethlisberger. Get Casey Hampton a jersey. See if Ike Taylor want to come out of retirement. You might as well. Everybody else is old as fucking dirt. Go give go give Antonio Cromartie a call. He never put your jersey on.
Oh, that nigga would love to get his health insurance reinstated. Like, um, but I would think it's hilarious. Like Philip Rivers, like you call him and like, hey yo, we need a couple games. You know where he's at. Like him and all his kids, and he's a high school football coach. You can call Aaron Rodgers with like 5 games ago in the season. This nigga might be in another country, high off his ass inside a tent, and talking about, hey yo, you want to come
Smoking
over?
crack, like smoking dust. Like, bro, that nigga gonna make his decision coming down off a goddamn weeks long binge binge off the soft. Like, man, what are we
Like you and I,
talking about?
these
Aaron
you and I have the same
Rodgers.
phone calls.
Man, watching. I might never forget the Ravens for this season, man. Them niggas scored 3 points against the Browns. They scored 6 points against Houston. They put up damn near 30 on the Ravens.
I saw the Photoshop.
Disgusting.
It said bring back Ray as the head coach and Ed as the defensive coordinator.
Who? Whomst? Whomst? It's been a great show, ladies and gentlemen. We
Hey
appreciate
man.
y'all for tapping in, for tuning in.
Hey man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all know where to find us, man. YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify. Go check out the TikToks. Shout out to y'all niggas that like to read. That was something that kind of gave me a little hope of humanity this last week. Y'all niggas like to read a video. Um,
I ain't got no hope for you
Steelers.
niggas.
I try, man. I try to be an optimist. It sucks to be an optimist in 2026. But I try. I try. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all know where to find us, man, and we'll see y'all next week.